This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio. It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Welcome in, everybody, to Show Low High School for tonight's broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota, and tonight, the Show Low Cougars are hosting the Monument Valley Mustangs. Show Low with an overall record of 7-1 and unbeaten in the 3A Northeast region. They're going to take on a team that is fresh off an impressive win over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, and a team that would like to play spoiler when it comes down to these final weeks of the season. That's the Monument Valley Mustangs. The Mustangs seem to be securely inside, as you look at their head coach, Brian Begay, seem to be securely inside the playoff bubble right now. They are ranked number 14. A game against Show Low, whether you win or lose, the highly ranked Show Low Cougars should not hurt Monument Valley. In fact, a win would be monumental for the program. I don't think they've ever beaten Show Low in football. They had never beaten Blue Ridge until last week. They had only beaten Winslow one time in their previous history of playing Winslow a lot. And so they got their second ever win over Winslow earlier this year. They'd like to crown their regular season with a win against this highly ranked Show Low team. And if they can beat Show Low tonight, Monument Valley, as you look at their left-handed senior quarterback, Brandon Bijo, part of an 18-member senior class for Monument Valley. How about that? They've got 18 seniors, and they will predominantly lead their football team here tonight. But if Monument Valley can beat Show Low, they will guarantee themselves a place in the playoffs. They will jump so high in the rankings, there's no chance that next week they could get knocked out. Now, my opinion is that whether they win or lose tonight, they're going to the playoffs, and they should win out next week and find themselves with a spot in the playoffs. As it looks, and they are making an assumption themselves, are the Monument Valley Mustangs, that they're probably going to end up playing the number 3-seeded Push Ridge Lions in the first round of the playoffs. That would be down in Tucson. And how about that drive from Kayenta to Push Ridge? They might want to think about going down the night before. If they don't that night before, they'll be going very early in the morning. But how about the Show Low Cougars? How about the team that is unbeaten in the 3A Northeast region and should advance to their final regular season game next Thursday against Page with a yet unbeaten record? You would expect them to be the heavy favorite tonight against Monument Valley, and I certainly do. I think that the Show Low Cougars should come away with a pretty substantial victory tonight. But they've got to take care of business and take seriously the people in front of them. That guy's got a lot of weight on his shoulders, the junior quarterback, Nash Brewer. And, Nash will lead that offense. He dinged up a little bit a couple of weeks ago, but he is getting better and better, and you could almost just pencil him in at about 100%. I have questions about his teammate, the senior Ryan Kishbaugh, who sat out a lot of that Round Valley game after getting hurt. He sat out against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. What is Ryan Kishbaugh's status? There you see him right there, number 6. As fast as anybody, playing 3A football this year. Shifty, just a great football player, has all the instincts. And that's a group right there. Gage Reedhead in front. That whole group, that's a menacing bunch for the Show Low Cougars. And they're intent on sharing a little bit of that with Monument Valley here on this one tonight. So as we approach kickoff, I'm going to grab a timeout. Our pregame is underway, everybody, and we're live from Show Low High School. This is Show Low Ford Stadium, the location where they play their home games here at Show Low High School, everybody. We'll be back in a moment. Kickoff is just around the corner, and my partner, B-Squared Byron Brown, will join me in a bit. Stand by for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. We're back right after this.
Cash for Clunkers is back for a limited time at Hatch Toyota in Show Low. We got buyers bidding on all trade-ins, regardless of mileage, year, or condition. And this is your opportunity to get rid of your old clunker and get $2,000 minimum towards a quality late-model, low-mileage car, truck, SUV, or new in-stock Toyota. The bumper's held on by duct tape, the trunk lid wired shut. Bring it in. Get a guaranteed minimum $2,000 on your trade, running or not. No matter what condition it's in, no matter how much you owe on it, you don't need a cash down payment. You don't need perfect credit. Hatch Toyota is giving you a minimum $2,000 trade value toward the purchase of any pre-owned or new Toyota in stock. Hatch Toyota, your Cash for Clunkers headquarters at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Show Low and at hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years. All offers on approved credit plus tax, title, license, and dealer doc fees. Must have a clean title. Cannot be combined with any other offers or sale items.
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
Attention! Did you know that you may be eligible to receive a free data plan with 60 gigabytes of LTE data to use as a hotspot every month? If you live on tribal lands and are on a government assistance program like WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, or Medicaid, Cellular One can help. Just ask for the Cellular One ACP plan. It comes with unlimited data and a 60 gigabyte LTE data hotspot. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only. Non-transferable. Limited to one line per household.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you are ready for
just a few moments away from kickoff on tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. Welcome in, Sports Zone Nation. Welcome to this broadcast of the Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. We'll kick it off here at Show Low High School on this one between the Cougars and the Monument Valley Mustangs. The Mustangs ranked number 14 in 3A football. The Cougars come in as the number 4th ranked team in 3A football. Down on the field, the Show Low Marching Band, and it's time for the national anthem. Hey, what a great job by the Show Low Marching Band. You got a good look there at the band leader, the music teacher here in the Show Low School District. There he is. That's Marshall Pratt. He has been leading the music program at Show Low High School for as long as I can remember. It's got to be at least a couple of decades, right? Maybe longer. Marshall Pratt has been a mainstay in the Show Low Unified School District, and this is his final football game ever, I guess. What if Show Low hosts home playoff games? Well, let me put it this way. They're going to host at least one. They've got at least one playoff game that they will host coming up in the postseason. If they win that one, they're going to host a second. As long as they can hold on to at least a number 4 ranking and then a number 4 seed in the playoff bracket that will be released at the end of the regular season. That bracket's going to come out, in about 8 days, something like that. And if Show Low is in the top 4, they'll have 2 home playoff games if they win the first one. I would assume that Marshall Pratt will be here to lead the band for those games. One way or the other, this is his final football season as the band leader. He's not, of course, the drum major. I don't know who that is for Show Low High School, the young person that is the official drum major, but did a great job there. As you could see, the band sounded great. They were right on it tonight. They were on fleek, as the young people are saying, and they did a tremendous job with the national anthem here tonight. As we get set to go, they have tossed the coin, and the coin toss was won by, I believe Show Low won the coin toss, and will like to have the ball first. One way or the other, we'll get to it here in just a moment as I bring in my broadcast partner, everybody. Here on this broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. I'm Floyd Simmons, and that guy right there is B Squared, Byron Brown. Hey, Byron.
Hey, Floyd, how's it going?
Round of applause.
Terrific. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready for this big game.
You'll be missed, sir.
And the Show Low Cougars, by the way, are going to kick off. Monument Valley will receive the opening kick. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I like both teams' uniforms. Look, Show Low in the black, right? The blackout, right? This is the blackout game, and Monument Valley looking like the New Mexico Lobos, uniform-wise.
They do have that look down, don't they?
Yes. Sharp, very sharp.
No doubt about that. Monument Valley will go on offense first. We'll get to see their senior quarterback. His name is Brandon Byjo. He was one of the heroes in the Monument Valley win yesterday, or last week. They beat Blue Ridge. Put up 54 points, I believe was the tally in the victory over the Yellow Jackets. First time Monument Valley has ever beaten Blue Ridge. This kick goes into the end zone. That touchback brings it out to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs offense will get their first shot at it tonight. Welcome in to our broadcast coverage from Show Low High School tonight, everybody. And we'll see what the Mustangs are going to do, and they're going to start out. Look at this. 5 receivers. Split to the right. I've never seen it before, folks. That is a brand new look for me. It's almost a version of the swinging gate. Brought all these guys out there, and the first pass from Brandon Byjo is completed to Cameron Young out here on the right side. Young catches and is knocked down and actually lost a yard on the play. A yard lost. Byron, I've never quite seen that formation from a football team before.
I have not either, and I just noticed that the quarterback for Monument Valley, he's a lefty. So we'll see how that goes here tonight.
Well, Byjo swings it out again on the right side. This time, that same look and a screen pass out here on the near side will net some yardage for the Mustangs. Looks like they are going to end up, again, let's see, 5 yards to gain on that play to bring up 3rd down and 6 now for the Mustangs.
For those wondering what I meant by a lefty, well, the ball comes out different. The spin is different, so you got to get used to it and look at it.
Byjo goes to the solo receiver on the opposite side of the field. It's caught near midfield, and that'll be a first down. Big catch made way downfield. Roberto Flores, one of the seniors on this team, and he gets it out to the 49-yard line. Wow. What a job done, and a big first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, nice job right there. Just isolating on one-on-one coverage on Peraza. And he's able to beat Peraza downfield. Nice delivery by the quarterback for Monument Valley. Gets the first down.
And a swing out left side. This time that'll draw a bunch of Cougar defenders, but Monument Valley takes it into Show Low territory. Looks like is that a 2-yard gain? Yeah, to the Cougar 49-yard line on that pass and catch. So the Mustangs come out throwing on the first 4 plays they run from scrimmage, including that big gain of 25 yards a moment ago for the first down. And they'll run that, now a diamond set out on the left side. 4 receivers out there. Byjo looking the opposite way on the run, throws, and he looks for his so far favorite downfield target. That's Flores. And Flores was trying to fight to the ball, and he may be called for an offensive pass interference.
I think it might be defensive pass interference, but we're going to see what they're doing because he was fighting for it, but there was great position by Show Low. I think it was initiated by the wide receiver. They will call it on Monument Valley.
Yeah, but as I look at the replay, and if our guys will show that to us again, Byron, I think there's a case here that all Flores was doing was trying to get to the football. As we look at the previous play, I think maybe it's a case of the defender was in the way. You either call incidental or you call that on the defense. Watch this. How do you fault the offensive player for fighting to the ball on that?
You don't, but what happened was the receiver kind of grabbed him by the shoulder pads and threw him down in that direction. That motion's going to get you the flag.
So we scratched off the play. They marked it off, marked it back, and now the Mustangs will try to swing it out to the left side, and they get no gain on the play. It'll bring a third down. Third down. The Mustangs pushed back to their own 37-yard line. They've got to get to the 41 of Show Low for the first down, and now they've got a third down staring them right in the face. Now they're going to tack 5 more on as Flores. He got a jump early, split out to the right. Everybody else got the long snap count. Roberto did not. So Burt costs him 5. And it's still third down and a very long way to go. Baijo in trouble, and he is going to slip and go down. Tried to roll out of there. Is that Gabe Benally that got there first?
That is. That's one of the senior captains right there. Gabe Benally with the sack. Just eludes the defender. Is quick to the ball right there and gets the sack.
Yeah, a lot of that had to do with Baijo. And another big loss on the play. Quarterback sacked the ball, the line of scrimmage, the 21-yard line. After that loss, what was that? That was right in the neighborhood of a 10-yard loss on the quarterback sack. Here's the snap, and it is Brandon Baijo, the quarterback who does the punting duties. That'll check up at the 48-yard line and be down right in that vicinity. Show Low's going to get it, but a marker came flying way out away from the punt. We got an injured player as well for Show Low. He's going to stay in the game, stay on the field, but we'll check the marker.
How about that? The quarterback is the punter. He's a lefty, but he punts right-footed.
Interesting.
Right, it's kind of like those baseball players, right, that bat left but throw right.
Yeah, like those guys.
Like those guys.
Only different. Just like them, only different. Show Low's going to get the ball first, or for their first time. They get called for a hold on the punt. And Nash Brewer, their junior quarterback, will set the offense. Looks like he is going to work initially from the shotgun, looking for Ryan Kishbaugh just off the wing on the left side of the formation. 3 receivers to that side for the Cougars. They'll go no motion. And Brewer is going to throw downfield the little comeback, and it's incomplete. Came up short of his receiver to bring up second down and 10 after the penalty got marked off. Show Low opens up this possession at their own 38-yard line.
Nice lead block right here by Peraza that allows Nash to have that time, and he's just got to set his feet right there. He didn't set his feet. He tried to throw across his body, and that's why he ended up short of his receiver.
So now Brewer goes under center, hands it off up the middle, and that'll be a nice gain across the 45-yard line for Kishbaugh. He gains 8 yards on the play to bring up third down and a couple.
Yeah, the hole opens up right there in the middle. That's Peraza right there going up the middle, getting the 8-yard run for the Cougars, puts them in third and short.
8 yards to gain there. Third down and 2 coming up for the Cougars. I formation. They'll give it right side. Kishbaugh trying to get ahead of steam. He did get first down yardage. Gain of 7 on the play. 7 to take it into Mustang territory to the Monument Valley 48-yard line. First down, Show Low.
Well, this is something we haven't seen for a while since the last time we covered the Show Low Cougars, and that is Ryan Kishbaugh with the ball, running north and south like he's supposed to, getting the first down.
Pedraza motions out of the backfield, looking that direction. Brewer's in trouble, and he's wrapped up and brought down. Quarterback sack. There was a marker thrown out, didn't stop the play, and a beautiful defensive play. We'll have to check there. A little shy on the rosters, but we'll come up with something for you here. That was a terrific defensive play turned in by Monument Valley.
I believe I heard the name Tyler Molken for the Monument Valley defense coming through and sacking Nash Brewer. And that's just good. They're going to decline that penalty, take the down and the loss.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tyler Small Canyon is the player, and he gets the quarterback sack. Really, I like how he wrapped him up and made a sure tackle, Byron, because Nash Brewer does not often go down with one guy in the open field trying to take him down like that.
Absolutely great technique right there by Small Canyon.
Lost 11 yards, by the way, on the play. Handoff, right side. That's Kishbaugh, and he'll bounce outside. He's got big yardage, first down. So he turns a 2nd and 21 into a Cougar first down, and he gained 23 for the first down.
Of course he does. Of course he turns a 21-yard deficit into a first down for the Show Low Cougars. That's what's going to happen if you're Monument Valley and you want to try to inside blitz. They're going to give it to Kishbaugh, who's got the speed to get to the outside. Great blocking out there. Seals it off, allows Kishbaugh to get big yardage and the first down.
Show Low moves to the 36-yard line of the Mustangs. Fake it up the middle. That's Brewer. Brewer's got room, and he's got the Jets going into the end zone. Nash Brewer, a 36-yard Show Low touchdown.
Nash Brewer taking advantage of some dirty eyes right there by the Monument Valley defense. All eyes were on the guy in motion. That was Kishbaugh. They figured he was going to get it. Brewer said, no, I'm keeping it. I'm going right up the gut and all the way into the end zone.
Nash delivers. The point after is pushed to the right, and it's no good off to the right. That kick wide. Show Low's lead is 6-0 as they get the first points in this one on their first possession of the night. At 7:17 on the clock here in the first quarter. Stand by, a 30-second break. A word in from our sponsoring partners, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs shop in Pine Top. This is the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Don't go anywhere.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
Well, Nash Brewer is dangerous running the ball between the tackles. That's not something you often say about quarterbacks, but he has scored right straight up the gut innumerable times, it seems, this season as we watch Roberto Flores allow the kick to go through for another touchback. Monument Valley will have it at the 20-yard line for Show Low. That was a 5-play, 62-yard drive, and it covered about a minute and a half of clock to get to the end zone. Show Low gets first points of the game. They lead 6-0 here on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast presented by Hatch Toyota. Double slot formation for the Mustangs. They'll move Flores in motion from the right side to the left. Handoff in the backfield and a loss of a yard on the play. The Mustangs will lose that 1 yard. Make it 2 yards of the loss.
My bad there, Floyd, but there was just no exchange right there. The ball went right through the quarterback's hands, right into the running back's arms, and he dropped it, and they had to pick it up and try to get something positive out of it, but ended up losing yardage.
Cameron Young could not get the handle on it. A little trickeration in the backfield, little misdirection, and another loss. This time, Roberto Flores carries the ball, and he loses 4 yards on the play. That's back to the 14-yard line, and early difficulty for the Monument Valley offense.
Third down and 14.
You think he plays basketball? Does the quarterback for Monument Valley? A little behind-the-back pass right there.
He's a great basketball player, okay?
Well, you saw it right there. Fake the handoff and pitch it to the back.
And that kid out there on the edge there, number 6, Roberto Flores, equally good on the basketball courts. Roll out, escape pressure, and again, the footing, a problem for Baijo as he the wheels slip out on him a bit. He got back to the line of scrimmage, so that'll be a no sack there, as it was a no gain. But it's still 4th and a ways to go, 4th and 16 for Monument Valley.
Nice job by the secondary of the Cougars right there, going man-to-man, staying with their wide receivers, not allowing Bajo to see anybody open. He had to take it and run, and right there he's just forced to take it just to the line of scrimmage.
And another Monument Valley punt. Field position becoming critical here now, as this is not a deep punt, not even 20 yards in distance, and that's downed at the Mustangs 31-yard line. Great field position for Nash Brewer and the Show Low offense as they bring it back out.
One thing you want to do, you want to avoid at all costs, whoever you are that's playing the Show Low Cougars, you do not want to give them a short field, for they have been very successful in their offensive series, especially going short distances.
Second chance today now for Show Low's offense. They'll go tight formation, fake it, roll to the right, quick dump pass, caught right side, first down yardage, tackle made inside the 20-yard line. Call that the it's inside the 10-yard line. Going to mark him down at the 9. So that's a gain on the play of 22 yards.
Yeah, nice job right there. Again, you don't know what Show Low's going to do. They just rolled Brewer out to his right, dropped it off to Walker. Walker gets the first down inside the 10-yard line.
Marker down before the play. That should be illegal procedure on the no, it's an offside on the defense. So that's going to go half the distance. Just inside the 5-yard line then. Brewer throwing, crossing route, pass is caught. That's a touchdown. And I believe it was Colton Tidwell on the receiving end for the Cougars for the touchdown.
Yeah, nice, easy route right there by Tidwell, just doing a little crossing pattern. His defender can't keep up with him. Tidwell gets the ball. Brewer places it right in his hands. Touchdown, Cougars.
Show Low will go for 2, broken tackle, and that's in the end zone for the 2 points. So Show Low comes up with it, and the guy that was able to take it in is Sergio Villalba at 5:01 on the clock here in the first quarter. So now 14-0. Show Low in front of Monument Valley, 3A Northeast Region matchup, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. We're back right after this.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling. The Simmons Media Group and Sports Zone Radio is proud to be the recipient of the Professional Indoor Football League's award for Top Game Day Broadcast for our work providing full television, live streaming, and radio production for the Arizona Rattlers. You can catch our live video stream broadcasts of White Mountains football on the Sports Zone Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. This is Floyd Simmons inviting you to join us every Friday for the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show and Sports Zone Radio's award-winning live video sports coverage.
Roberto Flores with about an 8-yard return of the Show Low kick. The ball out to the 23-yard line. First down for the Monument Valley Mustangs. Their third opportunity to see what they can do with the football against Show Low's defense. And I believe that's Cameron Young who gets his number called at the tackle. A number of flags are out, and Cameron Young is slow in getting to his feet. You'll see him right there.
Yeah, that's a face mask right there against the Show Low Cougars, and I think that's why he's a little slow to get up. He got his head twisted around. Well, it's, it's Halloween, and it's kind of like Yep, just like all those little freaky dolls that, get their head wrapped around.
Oh, boy, that was pretty vicious, to be honest with you. Let's hope that Cameron's okay. I think he stayed on the field.
No, he came off.
They did give him a break. So they mark it off, ball out to the 41-yard line after the 15-yard face mask personal foul penalty. And Bijel swings it out here to the near side. That'll be another yard loss on that little quick play. Well, they like to play. They like to go to it, but results are another issue, and that one did not result in a whole lot for Monument Valley.
Well, that's Jeremy Kishbaugh coming off, just blowing by his blocker and exploding and blowing up that play right there. Jeremy Kishbaugh has really stepped up his game over these last couple weeks for the Show Low Cougar defense.
Yeah, I believe that was Jalen Cody on the receiving end of that one. 2nd down and 11. Now Brandon Bijel, and he's got pressure, steps up and right into the waiting arms of the defender on that edge. A couple of those Cougars got there, and that's a quarterback sack.
Yeah, there's just he doesn't have enough pressure, Bijel, in the pocket right there. As soon as he gets the ball, there's 4 black jerseys for the Show Low Cougars that were all over him. He's got no time. They've just got to do the quick passes.
I believe Marcus Henderson was one of the defenders that got there for the quarterback sack. And a loss on the play of 8 yards. 8 yards, the loss. 3rd down and 20. Straight ahead for Monument Valley. This possession going the wrong way in a hurry. Bijel steps up, and he cuts back, and he lowers the shoulder to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9 on the play, but it's still well shy of what they needed. We're looking at 4th down. And 4th and 11 for the Mustangs. They're at their own 40-yard line.
Well, the Cougar defense has been outstanding all year, but they have been very outstanding in the first quarter and the first half of all their games throughout the season. They have done a tremendous job of just really not allowing much from the offenses in the first half.
There's a punt with no return. Monument Valley surrenders the football again. And that will set Show Low up with more great field position. They'll take over this possession at the Mustang 49-yard line.
Yeah, we just saw Cutter Pepper on the sidelines. He's the one that gets credit with the punt block right there coming through. Special teams has been special year-round, all year for the Show Low Cougars this football season.
They get a hand on it, and now here's a hand off. That is Walker taking it around the left side, and the freshman with a strong finish did not want to go down. He takes it all the way to the 23-yard line. Gain of 26 on that play and a 1st down for the Cougars.
Yeah, nice little just, sweep motion right there by the Cougars. Coming around the end is Walker. How about the strength of the freshman right here? As the defense tried to take the ball away from him, and he wouldn't give it up, and he just continued to move forward and get extra yardage as they tried to rip the ball, but couldn't.
Jet Walker, freshman. Well done. They'll tack more yardage at the end of it. There was a foul on the Monument Valley defense to take it now to the 12-yard line. That was half the distance, so a 12-yard penalty is the net result of it. 14-0 Show Low in front here with 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Cougars are set up again in prime position. They're at the 12-yard line of Monument Valley. Nash Brewer, the quarterback, he'll go under center. He's got a deep running back behind him. I believe that's Pedraza. Before the play can unfold, we'll get a whistle and a foul.
It's going to be offsides on the defense of Monument Valley. Look, you're sitting over the ball. You got to wait for the ball to move. You don't care what the quarterback says. He doesn't care about the cadence. You don't care about voice inflection. You just worry about the ball, snap of the ball.
So without running a play, 2 straight penalties on Monument Valley put the ball near the 5-yard line. Nash Brewer throws, has a man. Jet Walker, pass caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Show Low.
Touchdown.
Nice
Cougars.
job right there by the Cougar offense. Nash Brewer facing a little pressure. But guess what? He had an out route on Walker. Walker wide open. He just threw it. Lobbed it over the defenders. Nice and easy. Jet Walker doing all the work on this drive.
Brewer connects, and he'll run for the 2-point conversion. And I believe he's in, though I didn't see the indication from the officials. They must have done it quickly because the points are on the board to make it 22-0. How about that lead early on for the Show Low Cougars, everybody, as we close out this first quarter? You'll see the pass there. Brewer finds Jet Walker. That's going to be the tandem right there, Byron. That's going to be the combo. I said 7-yard touchdown. I really meant 3, didn't I? That's a 3-yard touchdown pass. But it's all the same. Points on the board. And the Cougars in front 22-0 over Monument Valley. Well, you know, coming into the game, you had to figure Show Low was the big favorite. They're playing right up to it right now.
Well, you got to give credit to the coaching staff of the Show Low Cougars football team right here. Look, this is one of those games where, you know, kids lose focus. They think, okay, we've got this in the bag, you know. We're ranked number 4. We're undefeated in region play. And, you know, Monument Valley, even though they beat Blue Ridge, but we beat Blue Ridge 50-7. And Monument Valley beat them 54-43. We could really bypass this, overlook Monument Valley. But here, Show Low showing crispness and focus in the first quarter.
Kick return. Yeah, Roberto Flores may have, wished he opted for something else. He ran into his own guy there, and then he runs into a whole bunch of Show Low coverage personnel, and he is knocked down. He had gotten to the 20. He was eventually tackled closer to the 15-yard line. Forward progress gives Monument Valley possession at the 20-yard line. Show Low's had the ball 3 times. They have scored 3 touchdowns. A couple of 2-point conversions after missing the first point after kick, and it's 22-0 Show Low. Jet sweep, left side. Cameron Young carrying the football. And he is knocked down with a loss of a yard on the play.
Easton Pena doing a nice job for the Show Low Cougars here tonight. He's been in on a couple sacks, and right there on the jet sweep gives them a TFL.
Tackle for loss. Did I get it right, Byron?
You did.
Bing, bing, bing. 50 seconds remain first quarter. Baijo releases to the right side. And there's not a whole lot of
13 miles.
not a whole lot of going on that left side. The pass was completed, and it was Miles Yazzie on the receiving end. The first guy he ran into was Cutter Pepper. That's the wrong guy to run into.
Yes, it is. And one of the things I think you don't really notice on film, I think for opposing coaches, is the speed of the Show Low Cougars. And you're just seeing it here in the first quarter on that pass play. Look, he was open. He had about 5-6 yards, if he turns upfield. But how quickly does that deficit just go away as black shirts come and meet you right at the ball at the line of scrimmage?
Very modest gain. Third down and 9, but there is a whistle. And they're indicating Monument Valley. I believe we'll get a 5-yard. Nope.
Looks like an offside.
I thought they were pointing toward the offense, but they didn't. 5 yards marked off against the Cougar defense. Eventually they'll figure out where that ball will be spotted down, and it is marked at the 26-yard line. Mustangs on their opening possession. As we get time expires here in the quarter, it'll bring up 3rd down and short here for the Mustangs when we return here in just a moment, everybody. The Mustangs moved the ball reasonably well the first time they had it today, but since then the Show Low Cougars have really matched them defensively. We're going to grab a timeout, everybody, and we'll see what Monument Valley can do on 3rd down when we start the second quarter here in just a moment. Our score, 22-0, 22-0. Show Low in front of Monument Valley, 3A Northeast Region play. Sports on Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by.
at Hatch Toyota in Show Low. It's a great time to buy a new in-stock Toyota or quality late model low mileage car, truck, or SUV. We've made it twice as nice to buy at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. At Hatch Toyota, we'll double your down payment up to $2,000 on any new in-stock Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. That means your payment can be hundreds less than anywhere else. Put $1,000 down? Hatch Toyota says double it to $2,000 down. Put $2,000 down? Hatch Toyota says double it to $4,000. Every vehicle will cost less per month if you buy now. Hatch Toyota will double your down payment up to $2,000 on any in-stock new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Get a vehicle and keep your payments low, really low.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Show Low.
All offers for credit with tax, title, license, and dealer acquisition fees. Nothing combined with any other offers or sale items.
Second quarter getting underway here on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Floyd Simmons, along with B Squared Byron Brown. Our production team led by our producer, Derek Simmons, our technical director, Fernando Quintana. Also working this one with us tonight is Noah Anderson, and our statistician, the lovely Sonia Simmons, here tonight. In the booth with me, Floyd Simmons, is Byron Brown, B Square. There's a kick with no return. Show Low's going to have the football at about their own 32-yard line to open up the second quarter.
A little longer field than they're used to here for the Show Low Cougars, but they've been very efficient, as they have all year. 3 for 3 in the first quarter, 3 offensive series, 3 touchdowns.
Ranked number 4 in the state. And they're providing protection up front for Nash Brewer, who throws down the seam to a wide-open receiver who could not haul it in because it was a little bit behind him. You can't fault the receiver on that. Nash saw the guy wide open, and Gage Reed had his guy running down that seam. I don't know. He might have been too wide open, Byron.
Yeah, Nash Brewer just put it in the wrong spot. If he just takes a little bit off that throw and leads Gage to where he hits him in stride, that's a touchdown waiting to happen. But he got a little anxious. Nash put a little mustard on it and also threw it a little behind him.
That receiver, Gage Reed, had splits out to the right this time. Under center, Brewer, there was movement before the snap. That should be illegal procedure on the offense. And it is. They'll move back 5 yards. 22-0. Show Low comfortably in front of Monument Valley here in a 3A Northeast Region matchup. Hey, Byron, I'm not sure if you're fully aware of this, but football is a 1-year block now. So the 3A Northeast Region may not exist as it is with the makeup of the teams that are in it next season.
So Snowflake might be back.
Well, I don't think Snowflake's coming back to the 3A, but if they were a 3A team, they might rejoin the region. Here's a throw deep downfield. Gage Reed had with the catch at the Monument Valley 40, and then ahead and out of bounds with a big gain on that play. First down in Monument Valley territory. What a nice throw this time by Nash.
Right, rolling to his right. Spots a wide open Gage. Downfield right there. Stops, sets his feet, and delivers a big play.
Exactly 40 yards on that pass play. And it's first down. Show Low threatening again. They get to the 33-yard line of Monument Valley. Reed head was open. Brewer dropped it in for him. And now they'll run the ball inside. It's knocked loose on a collision just after the give to Colton Cloyd. He is able to get it back. Boy, that, you watch the replay, it'll be slow motion, but it ended up developing very slowly. You'll see Cloyd get it right there. Contact, ball comes out. Colton was able to pick it right back up. No gain on the play.
Like you said, it just went slowly, and for Monument Valley defense right there, the defender, number 54, I don't think he knew who was coming, who was going, where the ball was, and if he did, he could have made a play, but there he just got ran over by Cloyd.
Brewer pitches it. Big hit at the end of the play, carrying the football. For Show Low off the right side is Carson Cooper, and Cooper You'll see him get pummeled right at the end of this after the option. Sadrian Taya right there lowering the boom. The gain is 4 yards. 4 yards to pick up on the play. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Brewer lines him up. Ryan Kishbaugh just off the right side of that unbalanced line. They're going to run behind the pulling tackle. That's Kishbaugh picking his way down and turning that into a terrific gain. He is down at the 14-yard line. Gain of 15 yards on that play.
Look at the convoy of big guys up front. We're going to call those the big tundras. The offensive line for the Show Low Cougars, that's what they're doing, right? Holland and Road Graydon getting holes wide open for the running backs and Kishbaugh right there.
Going to run that same basic set to the right side. They give it up the middle to the fullback. And that's a short gain. I believe Carson Cooper carrying the football.
Again, number 22, Carson Cooper.
So he was able to come up with maybe a yard on the play. Shut it down in the middle. Somebody was able to grab a hand. I think that was Taya that grabbed a hand, a 1 yard gain on the play.
Those cookies.
2nd down. Brewer throwing back across the field. Tidwell has it. Tidwell is fighting for the extra yard. He gets the 1st down. He's inside the 5-yard line. Colton did not want to go down, and he ends up with a 10-yard reception. 1st and goal. Show Low.
Nice play right there by the Cougar offense. Rolled Brewer a little bit to his right, throw back to the left on the tight end crossing route. Delivers a nice ball to Tidwell, and he fights for the yardage all the way down inside the 5-yard line.
Ball is at the 4, and the Cougars will give it to Kishbaugh, and Kishbaugh gets hit in the backfield. He may have lost yardage on the play. Well, he tried to stay on his feet, tried to fight for some yardage straight ahead, but looks like he is going to be knocked down. May have gotten right back to the 5-yard line. So they actually said the 6, so -2 on the play.
Nice job by the defense of Monument Valley right there. Flores came through, and then number 30 for the Mustangs, he came through and delivered a hit to Kishbaugh. Kishbaugh wouldn't go down on 1 hit, but ended up taking a TFL for 2.
Here's Brewer, right side. He's got blockers leading the way, and he's in the end zone. A 6-yard Nash Brewer touchdown for the Cougars.
Little play fake right there, get the eyes wandering. That's what they did, and then you pull your guard right there. How about Amande Flores leading the way for Brewer?
That was a great play, and you mentioned Flores, Armani Flores, who leads the way, and he seems to be growing and getting bigger and bigger as the season goes along. That's not very common with these kids out there working as hard as they do, as much work as they put in. And Armani, you see a play like that, you almost wish you could just give him credit or partial credit for the touchdown, don't you? Because he is the guy that really made the play go. Well done by Flores. And for the Cougars, their 4th offensive possession is points again at 8:40 on the clock of the 2nd quarter. Here's the point after a 5-yard mark off for Show Low. And once again, the kick no good. That's something that obviously going into the postseason, the Cougars are going to be wanting to work on and think about. Let's get a word in from our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. That's White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That guy right there leading the way on the touchdown, Armani Flores, he might be considered for that. What a great play he turned in right there. Back in a moment with Show Low on top, 28-0 over Monument Valley, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Show Low goes on a 9-play 68-yard touchdown drive to get more points on the board. Nash Brewer 6 yards on the run there. Armani Flores leading the way for the Cougars. The point was no good, but Show Low still has it comfortable first half lead. 28-0, they lead Monument Valley here in the second quarter. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report will come up at the break. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast, everybody. Floyd Simmons, B Squared, Byron Brown here on the call from Show Low High School. Final regular season game of the year, and it was senior night, as you might expect tonight. A ton of seniors in this group for the Cougars. They're going to work from actually Monument Valley has it from their own 35-yard line. A little overthrow on a pass to the right side. Dangerously so. And the pass is incomplete. It does end up falling harmlessly to the ground, but Miles Yazzie was the intended receiver. Pass it almost presented an opportunity for Show Low's defense, though.
Yeah, nice play action right there by Monument Valley. Faking the give, everybody drew over there, the wide receiver was open, just not quite got the ball to him.
Give right side, and a nice finish at the end of this one. Cameron Young, the carry. Cameron is the son. He's a two-yard play there. A 3rd down and 8 coming up. Cameron is the
Sergio Villalba.
He is the son of the athletic director at Monument Valley, whose name is Steve Young, and a very good friend of Sports Zone Radio.
The Steve Young?
No, unfortunately not the Steve Young, and he actually prefers to go by Stephen Young. I should make that note. Here's a pass attempt. Nope, that one shut down. Nobody open downfield. Coverage sack as the Cougars get there. Cutter Pepper comes up from that crowd. There's probably going to be 2 or 3 guys that get credit for this sack as it collapses. You see Pepper there, and there's
Pepper
another.
And Engel and number 75, Murray, right there, all the big guys up front, eating healthy today.
8-yard loss on that last play on that quarterback sack forces yet another Monument Valley punt. And no return elected by Show Low. So no return, ball downed. Cougars at their own 37-yard line after once again denying the Monument Valley offense. Monument Valley in back-to-back weeks, Byron, goes from scoring 50-plus points against the Blue Ridge defense to an incredibly hapless performance so far here in the first half. They just have hardly moved the football outside of the first possession of the game.
Well, just give credit to the dominating defense of the Cougars, and they've been like that all season long.
So ball thrown away off the right side. Did the quarterback get outside the box?
Threw it away.
I guess the referee says he did. He was throwing out there to nobody, and that is not an intentional grounding. It used to be in high school football you had to have a receiver somewhere or it was going to get called. But they're going to say that he escaped outside that tackle box. And once you do that, as long as you get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, that is not intentional grounding.
Yeah, nice play by Brewer right there. He slipped as he was trying to get out of the pocket. Knew he felt pressure and decided to get rid of it instead of taking the loss.
Brewer hands it to Ryan Kishbaugh. Switch hands, Ryan. Nah, he's just going to switch directions for a moment. Try to get down that sideline, gets pushed out. Marker's out on a face mask at the end of the play. See what the initial gain is before they tack on some yardage afterward.
How about Ryan Kishbaugh coming back from the ankle injury right here? Look at that move right there, a little stop and go action. Drop the defender, and then is able to get extra yardage. But that's key for the Show Low Cougar offense. Look, they've been developing players since Kishbaugh's been out, specifically number 21, Jet Walker. But to have Kishbaugh back in the group, along with Brewer and Pedraza, and now you throw in Jet Walker. Look, this is a formidable offense. It's number 4, ranked 4th in points, power points. But let's be realistic. They're number 2 in state.
So you like them better than both Push Ridge and Eastmark, who are ranked ahead of them and just behind number 1 Thatcher?
Correct.
Okay. Going to tack on the yardage after the 17-yard gain by Kishpa. Brewer back to throw from the pocket. They're all coming after him. He is going to bounce outside and find a man at the 22-yard line. Pass caught downfield. That'll be short of the first down, but that was a nifty job by Nash as he had a swarm of, can you say that, or is that a herd? A herd of Mustangs all surrounding him in the pocket. Found a little seam to step out of it. And then Sergio Villalba at the end of an 8-yard pass play.
How about that by Brewer right there, showing presence in the pocket right there, keeping his eyes up the field, able to elude the defenders, get outside, and then see Sergio for a second and short situation.
He was like, yo, Serge! And he found his guy. Quick toss left side, Carson Cooper outside. He's got a block on the edge from Armani Flores. He swung around, stays on his feet, battles, fights, keeps going, cuts it back. Look at the run by Carson Cooper in for the Show Low touchdown.
It'll be interesting to see what we got. 3 flags down there where they were trying to tackle him. I don't know, maybe it was a face mask or if we got a personal foul, face mask. Look, despite the face mask, he still got in. What kind of footwork right there by Cooper, leading his blocker, eluding tackles, and coming across through the white shirts of the defense, imparting the white sea into the end zone.
One of the premier runs after catch that we have seen, or actually that was a run from scrimmage, one of the premier runs we've seen all season long from anybody here at Sports Zone Radio. That is Friday Night Football for you right there. Carson Cooper just wouldn't be denied, and we've got him registered for a 24-yard touchdown run for Show Low. Kick is up, and the kick is good. The score goes to 35-0. Show Low building a first-half lead as we get a word in from Summit Healthcare. We're back in a moment, everybody. And we thank you for joining us on this broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
This October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Summit Healthcare sends out this reminder to schedule your annual mammogram. To make it easier, Summit is offering 2D mammos for just $99 throughout the month of October. A physician's order is required. Call today to schedule your appointment. 928-537-6554. Purchase your voucher at mdsave.com. Don't put that mammogram off another day. Schedule your $99 2D mammogram right now by calling 928-537-6554. Offer good until October 31st at Summit Healthcare.
The Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show on your radio, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, everybody, and we're live from Show Low High School tonight. Sports Zone Radio is the official home of Show Low Cougars football. And happy to bring it to you. You saw that message flash across your screen from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass brings you the halftime report, and we're on the way to that. 5:59 remaining here in the second quarter, everybody, and 35-0 Show Low comfortably in front.
How about the Show Low Cougar defense dominating the offense of the Mustangs? Just like Mountain Mobile. Dominates your windshield and crack repair, right? Get your tent. Get your tent at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass.
A dominating performance. And a kick into the end zone for the touchback. Well, that was a healthy kickoff.
You know, they've had their issues with the extra point here tonight, but look, Flores wasn't expecting him to go out there. He thought they were going for 2. They called him in. He had, basically kicked it with about 2 seconds left on the play clock. Maybe they need to do that more often. Look, all of a sudden, he makes the extra point, booms the kickoff, all set.
Show Low bringing the house, and they're going to get there. Another loss, big loss on this play. The defense was all over it. And by Joe, you'll see him go down pretty quick, pretty fast. The credit for the tackle, the first guy in on the scene was Marcus Henderson.
And there's Gabe Benelli right there also. The big guys up front just dominating the trenches as they have all season.
4-yard loss on that last play. Baijo throws across dangerously, and it's broken up. Almost taken away. Flores was dropping back in coverage, and I think he got a hand on it. That's incomplete for Monument Valley.
Well, you know,
with Monument Valley.
They're just trying for quick passes because of the rush from the Show Low Cougars front four right there. Great coverage right there by number 11. That's Decker, Jake Decker for the Cougars.
Show Low is tempting Monument Valley to try and do something. They're leaving the middle of the deep defense wide open, electing to play their athletes man coverage on those outside receivers. And the safety, who at the start of the play was Villalba, they just vacate that middle of that field defensively, and they're saying to Monument Valley, let's see what you can do. Incomplete pass right there brings up another fourth down, 4th and 14 for the Mustangs.
Floyd, it'll be very interesting on the halftime show, the Mount Mobile halftime show. But I don't believe Monument Valley is going to have any positive yardage. It seems like on all their series, what positive yardage they've had, they've gone backwards because of this great Cougar defense here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are hungry, if you are thirsty.
Well, yeah, we're going to break it down at halftime. We got a timeout on the field. We'll stick right here for a moment. 35-0 Show Low in front of Monument Valley here on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They'll bring the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game your direction here at the end of our broadcast. Byron, Monument Valley has a grand total of 1 first down. And they have a grand total now, after it's all been tabulated, after the accounting has been done, after the credits and debits have been all added up and put together, Monument Valley's grand total of offense is exactly 0 yards.
0.
Exactly no yards right now.
Look, the Show Low defense, I can't say it enough. I've been covering them throughout the season, and they've done a tremendous job all year. But in the first half, they have just dominated opponents to the nth degree, and we're seeing it again tonight.
By Joe to send it away on the punt. That'll hit at the 40-yard line and take a Monument Valley roll inside Show Low territory. Down at the 47-yard line right there. No return, nobody back for the Cougars. And they will decide instead to bring the offense into play. Well, the Mustangs have punted the ball every single time they've had it so far tonight. That's 6 possessions, 6 punts for the Mustangs. They have not turned the ball over. They did have a partial block of a ball on pressure from Show Low earlier, but not a lot going on. Throw down the field. Brewer's pass broken up. Looks like Tidwell was the receiver downfield.
Nice pass coverage right there by the secondary of the Mustangs. One-on-one coverage right there. And he just is right in front of Tidwell, running with him step for step, and is able to knock the ball away. Good defense by the Mustangs.
Brewer right now 6 out of 10 for 86 yards in the game. A couple of touchdowns so far for Nash. They're going to run the ball. Brewer, speed. Get away from me. In the end zone, touchdown, Nash Brewer, 53 yards.
A little showing off the speed for Nash. Brewer saying, hey, I know you talk about Ryan Kishbaugh, how fast he is, but look at my wheels, and I've got some, as he just blows by the Mustang defense all the way into the end zone.
Nash has figured into every touchdown but one so far today. 6 touchdowns now on the board for the Cougars. Nash has either thrown or run in all the remaining 5. Here's a low screamer that's up and above the crossbar for the point after. There's Brewer right there. This time a 53-yard touchdown run. Nash getting it done. Show Low dominating here against Monument Valley. We'll grab a timeout, everybody. Back in a moment. Word in from Beeman Well Drilling, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Show Low to kick it off again. It's a familiar refrain, isn't it?
It is.
Seen that quite a bit today. Low line drive kick is going to be scooped up. Now Brandon by Joe back there on the return out to the 20-yard line. First down, Monument Valley at that spot. Well, if the Mustangs can do nothing in terms of getting points on the board, Shoal's going to make this a very short game today. It already feels like it's flown by, Byron, but we'll have a running clock in the second half. Mustangs from the gun. They give it. Flores couldn't get outside, decided to try to cut it back inside, and he is fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he may have done so.
So after one play, the Monument Valley Mustangs' total offense is still zero.
Still zero. Well, he battled, he fought, he got right back to the 20-yard line, right back to the original line of scrimmage. See if Monument Valley can get into positive yardage territory here on this play. From the gun. Movement. Everybody moving.
Yeah,
offense, defense.
It's going to be against the Mustangs, so there's negative yardage right there.
Well, it doesn't. Fortunately for them, it doesn't go against their offensive numbers, right? Their total offense. But every penalty is just that much more of a dagger. Just makes the first down get a little bit tougher. Handoff, stretch play. No, sorry, faked me out. Joe goes down. That may be another quarterback sack. Well, no, sorry about that. That was just a fumble. And Al Brandon covers it up. Loss on the play. Another 5 yards lost there. That's unfortunately offensive yardage. So now the total offense for Monument Valley, well, -5 for the half so far.
Negative numbers is never good.
3:30 remaining in the first half. Joe rolling out, pressure coming. Flips it out there to the official on the side of the. Well, I was just going to get rid of it. Don't want to lose any more yardage. And he threw a nice pass to the official. Good catch out there. Watch this. The official out there, the side judge. You'll see it. That's one of the better plays that anybody has made today. Nice catch.
Nice catch. Unfortunately, he can't go down as a reception.
Well, no, and he didn't really try to run afterward either. If it were me, Byron, I would have turned upfield and tried to gain some yardage on that. I mean, because listen, you're the one with the whistle. And which one of those defenders is going to try to tackle you, right?
Right, exactly.
Now, okay, I think they called intentional grounding, Byron.
What? There was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, he had the stripes on.
Yes, he did.
Well, the problem is you got to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and they did not, so it's marked all the way back. That's 10 yards more marked off. Now, why didn't they go half the distance? That I am curious about. Here's a punt. Show Low lets it roll. Monument Valley will mark it down it. Somebody better down that ball. Somebody better get over there and down the ball, and somebody finally does. It's right at the 29-yard line of Monument Valley. Another 3 and out. Another tough go for the Monument Valley offense. Well, now they're running the running clock, Byron. I thought they only did that in the second half.
Well, they're doing it here in the first half, which we might be a little thankful for.
And it could be merciful on all of us here at the game today. Handoff. Stiff arm attempts. And that ends up being a little gain out to the right side for Colton Cloyd. The original line of scrimmage on this possession, the 28-yard line. Great field position for the Cougar offense. They're going to see if they can tack on any more points here. 5-yard gain for Cloyd on the play.
Well, Cloyd's returning from an injury, and you can see it right there as he's running. He's not full speed just yet. So they're just kind of giving it to guys trying to get him in the flow.
Here's a little pass, flip ahead, straight ahead, Ryan Kishbaugh. Kishbaugh's going to take that to the house for a 23-yard touchdown pass from Nash Brewer.
Yeah, there's a little shovel pass up front right there. Great blocking up front by the Cougar offensive line. That was number 54, Zane Engel, providing a lane for Kishbaugh. And Kishbaugh really didn't even have to put the jets on. He just kind of cruised in there for the touchdown.
Show Low continues to build on their lead. There's a nice looking kick, but it's still wide. Cougars are having all kinds of issues with the place kicking game, and I got to tell you, that's got to be a concern as they get ready for the postseason coming up. In the meantime, a word in from our halftime sponsors. We'll hear from them again in a moment. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. It is 48-0. Show Low in front of Monument Valley. Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by.
Yeehaw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, Corn Maze, Barnyard Apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we're giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted Barnyard Apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-5972, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass.
Well, wouldn't you know it, you take a little too much time in the commercial break, and you miss an opportunity to call the biggest play of the game so far from Monument Valley. Roberto Flores, you see him there stepping out of bounds as the kicker, back playing safety on that kicker return by Monument Valley, able to make the tackle. And the Mustangs get a great return by Flores out to the Show Low 42-yard line. That's the best starting position for Monument Valley so far today, and they've got limited time. Under a minute, counting down here in the first half. A handoff up the middle. That'll run time. I don't think the Mustangs are going to stop the clock here with their available timeouts. 5-yard gain.
I think what they're trying to do is just get positive yardage going into halftime.
Well, right now they're at 0.
Well, then they accomplished it.
Right now they're at 0, and that's how it's going to end. The time is going to tick off. The first half is going to come to an end, and the Mustangs they might be feeling a little shell-shocked right now. Might not have exactly understood what was awaiting them today in this one, and the Show Low Cougars have been more than willing to show them exactly what they are able to do. The Cougars have had a dominating first half of football on senior night, the final regular season home game for the Cougars tonight. They lead 48-0 over Monument Valley. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report is on the way, everybody. We're going to break it down in a few moments. Our score here, Show Low 48, Monument Valley 0, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Don't go anywhere.
Good just doesn't get it done anymore these days. It has to be great. And this is the Great Exchange is on at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. If I told you could bring us your old car or truck keys and exchange them for brand new Toyota keys and then keep your payment the same, probably even lower it, that'd be a no-brainer. Am I right or am I right? The Great Key Exchange is on. Here's what that means to you. Hatch Toyota will give you top dollar for your trade and pay it off. All Toyotas come with Toyota Care, our complimentary maintenance plan, including roadside assistance for 2 years or 25,000 miles. And here's the best part. You're in the unique position that your pre-owned vehicle vehicle could actually be worth more than you paid for it. So we can keep your payment the same or even lower it. Cha-ching! This is your best chance to trade up. Your old vehicle is your ticket to a new one if you act now during the Great Exchange at Hatch Toyota and at HatchToyota.com.
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
We've got a cool deal for you at Naked Mobile. Get the Samsung A11 smartphone free when you activate just 1 month of our 60 gigabyte plan, starting at $75 per month. Switch to Naked Mobile and get the free Samsung Galaxy A11 smartphone with 60 gigabytes of high-speed LTE data each month, and you can use your data as a hotspot. We've got you covered with unlimited nationwide talk and text, and coverage on America's fastest networks. No contract, no credit check, no hidden fees. Get your free Samsung A11 smartphone at any Cellular One store near you or at nakedmobile.com.
Yeehaw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, Corn Maze, Barnyard Apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we are giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted Barnyard Apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Halftime, everybody. Show Low High School. Welcome back in the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Here at halftime, Hatch Toyota brings you the Friday Night Football Show as always, and we welcome you in. Our score here at halftime, 48-0. Show Low in front of Monument Valley. We will pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Sports Zone Radio Network.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio.
And our game is brought to you live and local in the White Mountains on the Sports Zone Radio home for coverage across the White Mountains. That's Mix 98 KRFM Show Low. Welcome back, everybody. Floyd Simmons along with B Squared Byron Brown. Byron, if I sound like I have a mouthful of something, it's because I do. I didn't realize how limited in time we were coming into the halftime open, and I grabbed a chunk of this delicious teriyaki beef jerky, which you're welcome to as long as you're not going to do it in the middle of the broadcast like I did, okay? If you'll just avoid that.
You got it. I will not have some Old Trapper beef jerky though.
Okay.
I'm going to let you.
It's pretty good.
Savor it.
It's pretty good. Have you seen the price of beef jerky these days?
I have not.
Why? It was always kind of expensive anyway, but, with this inflation thing, whatever that is that's going on these days, it is. That little bag right there was $18, okay? Byron, you can buy a great cut from the Snowflake Smokehouse, a great cut of beef for less than that. It's twice as good as that. What's going on in the world? Why is jerky so expensive?
Well, I don't know, because the president has quoted himself as saying that the economy is as strong as HE double hockey sticks.
He said heck. I think he said heck.
From what I've read.
Yeah, the president. Well, listen, the president says that the economy is awesome. It's doing great. Okay, fine. Let's just take that for granted. It's doing great. As long as you don't try to buy beef jerky.
Exactly.
And then the economy stinks for a couple of minutes. I mean, it stinks bad. Just for a couple of minutes. But it's just beef jerky. I mean, everything else seems to be doing fine out there. Senior night at Show Low High School, everybody. Welcome back. As we break it down for you, Show Low's defense gets as much credit for the success out there tonight as Show Low's offense. The offense has generated 321 yards, but because they have been big play oriented all night long tonight, only 8 first downs. Haven't needed more than that. Time of possession, 8 minutes and 32 seconds. So the Mustangs have had the ball a lot longer than Show Low, but as you would expect in a very tilted game on the scoreboard, it hasn't mattered one bit. Again, Show Low with 321 yards of offense. That's 212 yards rushing and 109 yards throwing the football in this one tonight. 7 of 11 as a team throwing the football, and they've connected on 3 touchdown passes as a team. All of that belongs to Nash Brewer on his 11 of 7 throwing the ball. 109 yards, 3 touchdowns for Brewer tonight. 64% completions for Nash. Show Low's been penalized 4 times for 35 yards. They fumbled it once but got it back, so no turnovers for the Cougars tonight. A Brewer 7 completions today. The leading receiver is Gage Reed, had 1 catch for 40 yards. Jet Walker, 2 receptions, 25 yards. Ryan Kishbaugh with 1 catch for 23 yards. Colton Tidwell's caught 2 passes for 13 yards, one of those touchdowns from Nash. By the way, Walker and Kishbaugh caught the other touchdown passes. And Sergio Villalba has 1 catch for 8 yards in this one tonight. Running the football, the guy that leads the way is the quarterback himself, Nash Brewer. 4 rushes for 84 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Teammate Ryan Kishbaugh, 6 carries for 68 yards. Carson Cooper, 3 rushes for 29 yards, and one of those a touchdown. Jet Walker, 1 carry from scrimmage for 26 yards. Colton Cloyd, 2 rushes for 5 yards today. The Cougars have tried to get a lot of guys involved into the offense tonight. It's been predominantly a run-first offense, but when they've thrown it, they've been very successful in that regard. 321 yards of total offense. Byron, the Show Low offense is steamrolling tonight.
They are steamrolling behind that offensive line that does such a great job for them and opening up the holes for Kishbaugh and for Nash Brewer, as he has led as you mentioned, leading the rushing yardage with 82 yards is Brewer with his long 53-yard touchdown run where it's the old drop back, fake the pass, and then just shoot up the middle, and he has got plenty of gaps and holes due to the offensive line for the Show Low Cougars, and just a dominating performance by the Show Low offense. Like you said, not a lot of yards or a lot of first downs because it's the big plays, but how about efficient, right? I believe they've scored a touchdown on all of their possessions. 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. I don't think you can get much better than that.
I agree with that, Byron. The defense, though, is trying to, make their mark as well. And they have held Monument Valley to exactly 0 yards of total offense today. That is the work so far done by Show Low's defense. And as good as they are, I don't know that they've had a first half performance quite as stingy as the one that they have tonight. 0 yards of offense. 7 total possessions for Monument. Actually, 8 total possessions. The last one was the last one where the time ran out for the half. And all of the previous 7 possessions for Monument Valley have ended with punts. So they protected the ball. They haven't turned the ball over, Byron. There's no fumbles, no interceptions, but they can't move the ball. 1 first down that came on their opening possession where they had their longest play from scrimmage, 25 yards. But all of that 25 yards erased on other losses. 0 net yards. They punted the ball every time they've had it. Show Low's defense has been stellar.
They have been stellar. The only thing the defense lacks here in the first half, and that's turnovers. They have not been able to get a turnover from the offense. But you talk about, you're not sure if you've seen a stellar defense performance like here tonight. Probably the closest one was 2 weeks ago against Blue Ridge. I believe they held Blue Ridge to single digits in the first half. I think it was like 7 yards or something to that degree. But they had some turnovers. They had the pick 6. But here, folks, tonight, in case you're just going, well, it's Monument Valley, it's a team that maybe is not that very good. I just want to give our listeners some understanding of how good this offense is for the Mustangs and just what kind of performance the Show Low Cougar defense is putting forth here in the first half. First game of the season, Monument Valley, 27 points. Second game, 49, 48, 35, 21, 21, 36, and 54. Okay, those are putting up points. That's a prolific offense right there, where the least amount of points that you've scored is 3 touchdowns in a game. And here tonight, you have 0 yards in the first half. This is not because of how bad the offense is for Monument Valley, but it's how great the defense is for the Show Low Cougars here tonight on senior night.
All around dominating Show Low performance. 48-0 they lead here at halftime, everybody. We do have a final score from the Round Valley Dome, by the way. So let's congratulate Round Valley on a win over the Page Sand Devils. 50-12. 50-12, the final score tonight for Round Valley.
And we have a halftime score for the Blue Ridge-Winslow game. Blue Ridge 21, Winslow 13.
Hard-fought game going on.
Yes, it is.
Tough game, as was expected, especially after you saw the outcome of last week's game. Blue Ridge at Monument Valley, a loss there. You knew that this one was going to be a tough game tonight.
Yes, and it's a big game for Blue Ridge. They have to win if they want to be playing for that automatic playoff spot next week against Round Valley.
Yeah, Blue Ridge, I believe, came in number 16, didn't they? Ranked 16 in the...
Well, I believe, right, that whoever finishes second in this region, the Northeast region, because there's 8 teams, there's 8 automatic bids with 7 region teams.
No, there's not. There's only the number of winners are guaranteed.
So it's 7 and 7. So the AIA is wrong in their rules.
They corrected that.
Okay.
Yeah, that I believe that the documentation on the website has been corrected on that. You've got to win your region to get the automatic bid, and though there are 8 teams in the 3A Northeast region, I do not believe anybody but the region winner, and that's going to be the Show Low Cougars. I don't think anybody else is guaranteed a spot. You've got to get inside that top 16 bubble. And it looks like all the region champions should be inside the top 16, so we should not see anybody bumped from outside the 16 by virtue of them winning their region but finishing below that 16 spot. So the Yellow Jackets, every single moment of football from this point forward is critical for their playoff hopes. Of course, right now, they're just hoping to play the Thatcher Eagles, perhaps. Maybe Eastmark. I don't know, Byron. I have a high degree of regard for the Show Low Cougars for sure. But that Eastmark team is absolutely dreadful. They are scary good. Wicked good, as they might say back east in the New England states. Wicked good, Eastmark, as they jumped from number 3 last week to now number 2 in the standings, and just slightly ahead of Push Ridge, another very, very good football team. The top four, and we shouldn't see any more shuffling in the top four before the bracket comes out. I believe Show Low is going to finish number 4, and they'll be on the same side of the bracket as Thatcher. Congratulations, Round Valley on the win tonight, 50-12. Last night, St. John's beat Alchesay 48-0, and we congratulate the St. John's Redskins on their victory. A little reminder that last week the Holbrook Roadrunners did beat St. John's 20-13. The final tough game remaining on the mighty Roadrunner schedule, and Holbrook, who looks to get a victory tonight. I believe they're going to get a region win for themselves. I believe the Roadrunners are going to get that win and then finish up next week against Hopi. Tonight they're playing at Valley Sanders. Next week they'll be at Hopi. I believe the Roadrunners win both of those, and Holbrook should move on to the playoffs. Right now the number 3 ranked team should move to the playoffs undefeated. Undefeated. I like saying that.
Since what?
It makes me feel good. Undefeated. I believe it would be the first time through a regular season that Holbrook has been for sure. It's been first time that they would have gone undefeated since 1980.
1980.
That's a long time ago.
That was a long time. Were you on that team?
I was not on that team. No, I was.
Oh, that was just you. Just
a little too young.
You were a junior that year. I got it.
I was a little too young. But I followed every move that football team made. I read every account in the paper. I snuck into every game at Roadrunner Stadium. Every game I snuck in.
Well, of course you did.
Weaving my way through the rocks.
That's the kind of guy you are.
Oh, of course. Because I've got to be there.
Exactly.
FOMO, Byron.
FOMO.
Fear of missing out. I snuck into every game that season. Hey, we're going to grab a timeout, get a word in from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, presenting sponsors of the halftime report. Wrap that up and get ready for the second half. Running clock on the way here at Show Low, 48-0 Cougars in front. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. You'll watch the kickoff on video, and we'll see the kick. The ball bounce up, and then it was, you didn't see it on that look, but it was batted back to Carson Cooper. He went down the sideline for the touchdown, and the marker is down right where I believe the ball was batted. Byron Brown.
Well, is it like illegal?
I don't
think you can, right?
I don't think you can bat it like that, and I don't think we got it on our replay either. I think there it is.
Yeah, right
there it is.
Who is that? Man, you can't quite see the jersey. I think that was Pedraza right there. Jumped up because it was a squib kick. No one was around. It was going to go into just a plethora of jerseys, white and green, and Pedraza just jumped up and batted it backwards, landed into the arms of Cooper, who took it to the sideline and into the end zone.
Well, let's see here. We are, for some reason, on battery power. Don't ask me why that is. That was a little warning that we just got. So it's a personal foul on Monument Valley, personal foul on Show Low. They're offsetting penalties. And then a unsportsmanlike on Show Low. A third foul is called. And the net result of all of that activity is they're going to kick the ball over again.
So really what happened is while the kick was going on, there is 2 blockers for Show Low and 2 guys for Monument Valley that were engaged in some extra blocking while this is all happening. And it really didn't need it was unnecessary because the Cougars, they could have just said, hey, I'm not going to block you anymore.
How about a great strategy, though, for Monument Valley? The guy's running for a touchdown, and you bait the other guy into responding. Right? How about that? You either get a personal foul on them, which negates the entire play, or you at least get the offsetting penalty, and that'll negate it anyway. Carson Cooper will knock it down, get it back. Can he take this one back? He's weaving through that coverage team, and he'll cross the 50, the 40. He says, I don't care, I'm going to do it anyway. Touchdown, Carson Cooper.
Well, Cooper just said, hey, you know what? I needed a breather. Thank you for giving it to me. And besides, I didn't really get enough yardage. Let me take it back from my own, 15, 20 yards, and they'll just return it 80 to 85 yards for a touchdown. How's that?
Cooper on the touchdown.
Wow, Show Low returns the kick. I believe that's an 85-yard kick return. And the Show Low Cougars get it done anyway. The first time Monument Valley has had an opportunity to kick off today, well, Show Low's been waiting and plotting, and they get it done, and the point after is good as well. What a start to the second half for Show Low. And they'll build on their lead, 55-0, our score. Back in a moment, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Well, we're going to revise the distance on that and make it an 88-yard kick return for Carson Cooper. You're watching on your screen right there. Great look from our highly qualified and award-winning production team led by our producer, Derek Simmons. Well done, gentlemen. Our technical director is Fernando Quintana. Noah Anderson giving you that last look on that 88-yard touchdown return by Carson Cooper.
So in two kickoff returns, one negated by penalty, Cooper ran for 137 yards. Okay?
Yes, he did.
And how about Show Low doing something you haven't seen before in back-to-back kickoff returns, one negated by a penalty, but back-to-back kickoff returns. Very rarely do you see that, just like you saw last night, the Cardinals versus the Saints, where the Cardinals had back-to-back pick sixes against the Saints.
Yeah, that was a very unusual. That was a very unusual finish for the Cardinals. They got the victory, and the defense had those two scores, as you mentioned, Byron, back-to-back. The Red Rocket. Andy Dalton ended up being, I think, the player of the game for the Cardinals last night. Toss sweep, left side, cut it back. Cameron Young, and he gets upended.
19 carry.
And was that Villalba that came up? No.
No, I believe that was Kishbaugh. Jeremy.
It was Jeremy Kishbaugh came up to make the tackle. Good call on that. Gain out to the 32-yard line. 2-yard pickup on the play.
Well, if you're Monument Valley, you're just looking for something positive to take into next week. And if you could get that 0 for your total yardage at the first half and put a positive sign on that, that's positive, and take it into next week.
Fake the sweep. Give it to Young straight up the middle. Cameron tries to get that pad level down there. He ends up getting knocked down defensively. The young man that came up to make the stop from his linebacker spot, Kyle Irvin. And another 2 yards to gain on the play. 3rd down and 6.
Right now, the defense for the Cougars, they're going to take it a little personal. They're not going to want to give up any scores or yardage.
Motion for the Mustangs. Fake it. By Joe throws. 1st down yardage. No, that's going to be incomplete. Well, he had a dude, had a guy wide open downfield. He threw behind him a little bit, and a little difficult catch for Kentrell Begay, and Kentrell could not haul it in.
Yeah, one of the better opportunities for the Monument Valley offense to get a 1st down and to get good yardage into that positive for the game, but unfortunately the ball goes through the arms of the receiver.
And you still got to make that catch. It was behind him a little bit, but it's certainly catchable. 4th down and 6, they're going for it. Looking left, looking right. Bajo chased out, and he's going to drop the ball on the ground. He'll have to cover it up to prevent any further damage, but that'll be a loss. I got that as a loss of 10 yards and then a turnover on downs.
Well, I believe Show Low came away with this recovery.
Oh,
I believe that was 51 right there for the Show Low Cougars.
You're right about that. That's
Aaron Mitchell.
That's just a fumble. So it would have been a turnover on downs anyway, but for the Cougars, their defense they get a little something.
Yeah, and that was number 3 for the Show Low Cougars, Dax Lampson with the strip.
So the ball at the 25-yard line of Monument Valley. The Cougars take over. Nash Brewer. Nope, that's Chicken. That's Ray Pedraza following his convoy down the right side. Untouched for a 25-yard Show Low touchdown. Well, if you're playing quarterback tonight for Show Low, you are bound to do big things. And Pedraza takes his first snap as the QB tonight. And right there, Byron, untouched. Armani Flores once again leading the way down the field.
Flores and Zane Engel right there providing the escort. Those guys are the Tundras, the Toyota Tundras of the Show Low Cougar offensive line, just paving the way for Pedraza into the end zone.
Ray Pedraza scores the points. Show Low sets to try the point after, but there is movement, and the defense came across. And I believe the Cougars moved, and they did, 5 yards on the illegal procedure. Calvin Morgan is the young kicker, the sophomore kicker for Show Low, and he'll line up to try one out of the hold of Nash Brewer. As you get another great look from our guys, from our team. Well done on that, young Master Anderson. And the point after try is no good for Calvin Morgan. He's had his struggles tonight. The team has had a difficult go of it on their point after tries. While the clock runs, we get a word in from Cellular One, everybody. They help to bring you the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. And our presenting sponsor of the game, that's Hatch Toyota. We're back with more second half action coming up. 61-0 Show Low in front.
Attention! Did you know that you may be eligible to receive a free data plan with 60 gigabytes of LTE data to use as a hotspot every month? If you live on tribal lands and are on a government assistance program like WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, or Medicaid, Cellular One can help. Just ask for the Cellular One ACP plan. It comes with unlimited data and a 60 gigabyte LTE data hotspot. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only. Non-transferable. Limited to 1 line per household.
Show Low gets to kick the football once again. Let's see. They have kicked the ball. They've scored 9 touchdowns, right? And plus 1 kick. So they've kicked the ball. This is their 10th kickoff today. 10 kickoffs. This one bounces around. Finally brought down by Cameron Young. And he gets rudely met by the coverage team. One of those young Show Low Cougar players getting downfield, Lucas Webb. See the high bounce, and then finally into the hands of Cameron Young. Watch Lucas Webb fill your screen up with a nice tackle right there in coverage.
Yeah, Lucas Webb has done a great job all night on special teams. He's always the first guy down trying to meet the ball carrier.
That's one way to make a great impression for next year, right?
Yep.
By Joe to throw, and he's got a man open, and it's through his hands, incomplete. Yeah, you got to get some help from your guys, you know? I mean, again, that was one of those, looked like a pretty good pass from the high angle. We'll see what it looks like there. Tashawn Miles was the target for By Joe as he escapes pressure and delivers it right where it's supposed to go.
I have a solution for that right there.
No, you do.
You do? You go to your local Ace Hardware, you get some spray adhesive. 3M spray adhesive or spray 77 right there. You will not drop the ball.
Some like stick them in a can?
Exactly.
Like we used to have in the old days?
Yes.
Hey, here's a little swing pass that's caught this time. But Show Low was all over it. Jake Decker spearheading the attack on defense to make that tackle. And a 3-yard pickup on the play. Roberto Flores right there. You see the little cutback and right into the waiting arms of Decker.
Yeah, how about that? The old stick 'em, and then they come up about 20 years later, they just relabel it spray adhesive, and they sell it to homeowners. How's that?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Throw down the middle, pass caught across midfield. And Monument Valley able to connect on what is going to be so far their biggest play from scrimmage today. Well done as Baijo connects deep down the middle to the Show Low 42-yard line.
Right there, nice job by the receiver. That's Flores getting past the defender of the Cougars. That's Webb. And Baijo doing a nice job of just laying it up into the arms.
30 yards on that pass play. Catch made right side this time. There's movement. And there's another first down from Monument Valley. Well, they're starting to get a little something put together.
All right,
and was that Jalen Cody with the catch on the far side? It was. Cody makes the grab. And then Show Low calls timeout. They're going to get the defense together and have a little conflab, a little conference, figure out what is breaking down. 14-yard gain on the pass play to Jalen Cody from Monument Valley. So now they're starting to get into some positive territory that you wouldn't think that they're going to have trouble hanging on to on the stat sheet in the accounting for the game tonight. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is what it is, folks. Timeout called with 30 seconds remaining in the third period. Part of the Friday Night Football Show presented by Hatch Toyota. Next Thursday, we will follow Show Low to Page, Arizona. They play Page next Thursday, Byron. Gonna have a fun time traveling up there with you. If you want to play some golf, maybe we can arrange that. If you'd like to get out and see if you can, get any good striper action on the lake, we can make that happen as well. Next Thursday night.
Boy, that sounds really tempting, but I'm gonna have to pass. I got to make a trip and go see my dad. Gotta go see Pops.
I've seen him. He hasn't changed. There's a pass right side down the seam, and a pass interference will get called against Monument Valley. Looking for Flores down that middle, and there was some contact downfield, and Show Low gets called. That's Lucas Webb, who's been active, like you said, Byron, on special teams. Now he's getting a chance out there to get some time on defense, and he runs into the back of Flores for the pass interference.
Well, Monument Valley doing what they need to do here in this third quarter, but I think we're going to get to the fourth quarter. It'll be the first play of the fourth quarter with that running clock. So let's see what momentum, if they can keep up this momentum, Monument Valley, into the fourth quarter.
That penalty ends the quarter. We grab a timeout, everybody, and a word in from our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. That is, as always, that is our good friends from Hatch Toyota, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave your seats. A running clock and a very fast fourth quarter is expected right now. Show Low 61, Monument Valley Donuts. And do not let yourself get too far from the radio or the live video. We'll continue the action here from Show Low in just a moment on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Thank you to Hatch Toyota for presenting it to Sports Zone Nation. Stand by.
Cash for Clunkers is back for a limited time at Hatch Toyota in Show Low. We got buyers bidding on all trade-ins, regardless of mileage, year, or condition. And this is your opportunity to get rid of your old clunker and get $2,000 minimum towards a quality late-model, low-mileage car, truck, SUV, or new in-stock Toyota. The bumper's held on by duct tape, the trunk lid wired shut. Bring it in. Get a guaranteed minimum $2,000 on your trade, running or not. No matter what condition it's in, no matter how much you owe on it, you don't need a cash down payment. You don't need perfect credit. Hatch Toyota is giving you a minimum $2,000 trade value toward the purchase of any pre-owned or new Toyota in stock. Hatch Toyota, your Cash for Clunkers headquarters at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Show Low and at HatchToyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years. All offers on approved credit plus tax, title, license, and dealer doc fees. Must have a clean title. Cannot be combined with any other offers or sale items.
Hey, back into it. Everybody not plugged in. Okay, go ahead. You can go in here somewhere. Okay, thanks, man. Don't get it crosswise with your cable there. Let's see here. You see the ball on the ground on our video. Looks like Monument Valley threatening is going to. They got a touchdown? Well, they did get a touchdown. Okay. All right, we'll take a look at it. We were having trouble with some power issues, so we weren't following closely. Oh, there it is. It broke the plane right there. You could see it plainly from the side. That is a touchdown for Monument Valley, and they get their first points of the night. And I'm going to try for 2 here. I don't think that's going to work. They did not get it in. The guy that was able to break the ice, Tashawn Miles. You'll watch him again right here. Tashawn.
61, Monument Valley.
Nope, I take it back. That was the 2-point try. Sorry about that. We're looking at that again. Here's the toss sweep on the touchdown. Tashawn Miles, the nice cutback, and the battle right there. And just before the ball got knocked out, he broke the plane with it, and we saw that from our side view. So it was legit. It was a touchdown, and our score goes to 61-6 now. Monument Valley points on the board. Running clock employed here now. 9:38 and counting down in the fourth quarter. Byron, I don't think the running clock is supposed to be moving on change of possession or timeouts. But somewhere along the line, somebody here in the stadium is opting for mercy.
It has nothing to do with the home team operator, right?
Going to take a look at that touchdown again here.
I like that side angle. I'm not sure who was down there for the camera work on, but that was a great camera view right there on the sideline on the end zone run. You can see him as he stretches out, the ball just has to cross the line, and it does so before it gets knocked out. Great job by the cameraman.
Well done, Miles. Tashawn Miles. Did I get that right? Tashawn was the guy who carried it in a 3-yard touchdown run for Monument Valley.
Well, congratulations to the Mustangs for not giving up and finally getting points on the board all the way throughout this game. It's been a tough battle, but finally here in the fourth quarter, they're able to get points, not backing down and being able to move the ball.
And the Mustangs kick it off. You see there, trying to get the onside. Armani Flores on top of it for the Cougars. Well, with the running clock and, from this point, most of the second half, time of possession has not been an issue. We keep that for you here, but when they do the running clock, it's next to impossible to tabulate time on the clock when you change possessions.
What do you mean? So they had it for 4 minutes, but it was really only 30 seconds.
That's really what it amounts to. Show Low has brought Ray Pedraza in to play quarterback, and they'll work from their own 47-yard line now. And I believe that a short gain, 2 yards to gain.
I believe that was Lucas Webb with the carry. Lucas Webb in the backfield.
Lucas carries. Lucas gets 2 yards. Monument Valley with the tackle. Clock inching towards 7 minutes remaining in this one.
Well, with the running clock, Floyd, we gotta hurry up and figure out the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center.
I can't imagine it's much of a debate. The Cougars hand it off and try the right side of the offensive line. And we'll get a different ball carrier now. And his first chance to tote the rock today is Aiden Neese. Neese the carry. And call that 6 yards on the pickup. Third down play coming up. I don't think the Cougars have had a third down very often tonight, Byron. Normally that's one of those metrics of a football game. Third down conversions, how successful you've been on third down. Not only has Show Low not needed to worry about it, I just don't think they've had more than a couple of third downs all night long. That offense has been too good today.
Yeah, I think it's very rare. This might be like the second or third down.
That's Pedraza. Rolled out. Kept it. And He is knocked down just right at the line of scrimmage, maybe. Well, they're going to mark it right back to where it started. No gain on the play for Pedraza to bring up a rare 4th down on this one.
Yeah, nice job by 27 of the Mustang defense right there. He had a big play early on in the first half with a sack of Nash Brewer, and here he just stayed in his lane and was able to bring down Pedraza for no gain.
5:20 on the clock now here. That's what remains in the 4th quarter. Very early finish to this one. We'll finish before 9 o'clock. And straight up the middle goes Pedraza to get the first down. I don't think he did. I don't think they did. He did. They're marking him. They're going to mark him short, I believe, and Monument Valley should be taken over. Gain of 1 on the play for Pedraza. Oh, look at this. Look at this. That mark by the umpire was well ahead of the line judge. And that is a first down for Show Low. Okay. All right. Call it good. Gain of 2 on the play. Needed 2 and move the chains. First down for the Cougars. We approach the 4.5-minute mark now. And I hear the public address announcer, our friend Gabe Moya. He is mentioning that Marshall Pratt, the music director, music teacher here for Show Low, is his career is drawing to a conclusion. He's been here for so many years at Show Low, and he's always done such a great job. Snap of the ball is fumbled, picked up by Pedraza, who gains 5 on the play, on the broken play. And if we can hunt down Marshall Pratt, there he is leading the band. I don't know if you can get a shot of that. Of him, guys. You'll see him from behind. There's a good look from behind. Somebody trying to tell him to go face the camera. There he is, taking a peek around. Hey, what a great gentleman. So wonderful guy, so supportive of athletics at Show Low with him, his band, and what they do, and always makes it fun. And he is a true class act and a great guy. And just want to congratulate him on an amazing career leading the music program here at Show Low. There's a handoff for a gain of a yard on the play. And the carry this time is Dax Lamson. There he is again. There's Marshall Pratt. And he might be leading the band when the playoffs come around. Show Low looks to have perhaps 2 home playoff games coming up in the postseason, but this certainly is the final regular season game that he will be the leader of that band. 3rd down and 4 for Show Low. They give it up the middle. Stacked it up. That's Lamson again. And 1 single yard on the play for Dax.
Well, Floyd, you asked me a couple weeks ago, would they do it? Well, they didn't. They fell short.
Would they do it? Would they do it? Would the Dodgers?
The Dodgers.
Would the Dodgers win? After that 1 yard gain, 4th down and 3. They're going to pitch it around the right side. First down yardage, and out of bounds with the first down go the Show Low Cougars. And once again, the carry this time. That familiar number 17 over there, Lucas Webb. And he gets about 14 yards on the play. Make it 13. 13 yards, the carry. No, they didn't, Byron.
They did not.
Dodgers did not.
So now we can only hope that the Yankees don't do it either.
I have a healthy hatred for the Yankees. Healthy level of hate.
And they're down 2-0.
Motion out of the backfield. Straight up the middle goes the quarterback on the sneak on first down. A 24-yard touchdown run for the senior, Ray Pedraza.
This play has been successful for Show Low throughout the season, and here once again, just going up the middle is Pedraza for the score.
Yeah, they know how to run that quarterback sneak to great effect, don't they?
They do. They do a tremendous job. You know, the only question here tonight, Floyd, is will the Show Low Cougars score more points than the Yankees will have strikeouts in their series against the Astros.
Are you telling me that the Yankees can't quite seem to connect?
So far, 2 games, 28 strikeouts.
The score stands, Show Low Cougars 68.
That is healthy. That is healthy. Point after was good, by the way. Time is going to run out, so we're just simply not going to take a timeout. I'm unfamiliar with the running clock, during change of possession. Now they stop it with 27 seconds left. I'm unfamiliar with it because, throughout this second half they've been doing that. And I mean, the game is speeding by. It's 8:50. This may go down as the shortest game we have ever called at Sports on Radio. Maybe. I mean, the shortest game that was completed that didn't feature, a stoppage because of lightning or rain or some other act of God.
Right. Well, you know what that means. This may be the shortest Sports Zone game of the week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Yeah.
But it may be the longest Ace Hardware scoreboard show.
Yeah, don't count on it.
Because you got to wait for all the scores to come in.
Don't count on it. I can fill time, Byron, and sometimes I can fill time with the best of them, but I'm not so sure I've got that much in me tonight. Not positive. 27 seconds remain here at Show Low High School. In this one, we'll see the kickoff. I don't even know if we'll see an offensive play run once they start it. Flores. Boy, I'm not sure he even got more than a couple of yards net return on that one. Clock counting down. Well, they stopped it right there. They stopped it after the kick. 20 seconds remaining. All right. I guess we'll run. I would think one single offensive play. Maybe Monument Valley might want to, maybe they might want to do something here.
And they may want to, one last play to see if they can't have 2 touchdowns.
And we're going to have to announce the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game coming up soon. I don't think there's any argument at all about it. I think it's plain and obvious myself.
Well, I gave that assignment to someone here in the booth, and we're going to find out whom they say.
Who did you give that to? Did you give that to Sonia Simmons?
Yeah.
The statistician?
The statistician.
It's her job?
Yes.
Well, Sonia, good luck making that decision. New quarterback, is that Cameron Young?
Yes, it is.
Cameron goes around the left side and meets up with one of those Show Low defenders out there on that edge. Lowers the boom on the carry. Tackled in bounds. And so that is just about going to run the timeout on this one. He gained 9 yards, and the chain gang gave him a first down. Feeling quite benevolent today. Doesn't matter because time ran out anyway. And that's it. There's your game. A big win for Show Low, 68-6. I mean, we've seen them. We've seen the big wins, but this is one of those one-sided affairs that kind of caught me by surprise. Monument Valley's a pretty good football team, and I just did not see that outcome coming today, Byron.
No, I agree. I didn't see. You knew Show Low was here tonight, senior night. You knew they were going to have a big game. They've been dominating opponents throughout. But Monument Valley is a good team, and as I mentioned earlier, rundown of all the points that they've scored, and yet the Show Low Cougars, in a very, very dominant performance here tonight, just did not allow Monument Valley to get anything going until the very end.
That's all they really needed to do, wasn't it?
Good just doesn't get it done anymore these days.
Pardon me on
it has to be great.
Pardon me on that. That was a little too quick on the trigger. One of those nights, I guess. One of those nights. Crazy night. Let's try this again. Hey, there we go. We'll grab a timeout, everybody. Our post-game wrap-up is on the way. The Ace Hardware scoreboard show is coming up a little later, too, as well. Yeah, it's going to be a while before the scores start trickling in from across the state out there. We know that Round Valley has won, by the way. We know St. John's won last night. And now Show Low is in the books with a victory. 68-6, the final over Monument Valley. And our post-game wrap-up is on the way next. Don't go anywhere. It's the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. We'll wrap things up in a moment. Stand by.
Good just doesn't get it done anymore these days. It has to be great. And this is the Great Exchange is on at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. If I told you could bring us your old car or truck keys and exchange them for brand new Toyota keys and then keep your payment the same, probably even lower it, that'd be a no-brainer. Am I right or am I right? The Great Key Exchange is on. Here's what that means to you. Hatch Toyota will give you top dollar for your trade and pay it off. All Toyotas come with Toyota Care, our complimentary maintenance plan, including roadside assistance for 2 years or 25,000 miles. And here's the best part. You're in the unique position that your pre-owned vehicle could actually be worth more than you paid for it. So we can keep your payment the same or even lower it. Cha-ching! This is your best chance to trade up. Your old vehicle is your ticket to a new one if you act now during the Great Exchange at Hatch Toyota and at HatchToyota.com.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO, experienced physicians, and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center as our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game, which we are about to announce. Final score tonight, 68-6. Show Low dominates tonight in a win over Monument Valley. Welcome back to our postgame wrap-up, everybody. Floyd Simmons along with B-Square, Byron Brown on the call tonight. Byron, well, you know, if you didn't have Monument Valley as the heavy favorite to win, there was something wrong with your calculations coming in. I don't mean you personally. I'm talking about the generic you out there, the universal you. We knew, most people knew, that this should be an easy win for Show Low. I was not prepared for how easy. And maybe Monument Valley, after an emotional, big win last week where they scored 50-plus against Blue Ridge and beat Blue Ridge for the first time ever, maybe an emotional hangover for the Monument Valley Mustangs, plus the very long drive. I got to be honest, I talked to their head coach, Brian Begay, before the game, and he looked like he was just worn out and haggard before the game as a result of that long trip anyway. So... And by the way, in the first round of the playoffs, Monument Valley might be going to Tucson. You know, think of how tired you're going to be getting off that bus. Should that be the Push Ridge be the opponent in the first round for Monument Valley? But Byron, just a one-sided affair tonight. What a win for the Cougars.
Well, you know, it's senior night. Sometimes you think that that team, especially the Show Low Cougars, as dominant as they have been in the region, that they might, maybe overlook a few things in the first quarter and at the start of the game, and you never know. And give credit to the Cougars football staff here tonight. that they had the kids focused. They had them coming out, had them focused, and just really came out in a dominant fashion that we've seen all year long by the Show Low Cougars. The only game that they didn't dominate and you didn't expect them to dominate was against the Snowflake Lobos. And other than that, Show Low has come out and really dominated their opponents, and especially in the first half is when they take over games, and that's when they get that separation. And here tonight, again, Monument Valley is not an easy school to do what the Show Low Cougars did here tonight, and in that first half, they put up a 0, the Cougar defense, in 2 ways, not only on the scoreboard, but in the stats of total yardage, they put up a 0 in that first half.
Yeah, they certainly did. What a great performance. Both sides of the ball, they were successful. A short post-game discussion from the coaches out there on the field, which you would expect. We plan to speak with 3 of those heroes on the Show Low team tonight, including the Sports on Radio Player of the Game, which is brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And it was unanimous. Look at the big head down there on the field. See it? The big head
yep.
Going onto the field. We got to get a shot. We got to get a shot of that. Okay, and that is the Nash Brewer big head out there. I believe that's Nash, isn't it? Yeah, it is. He's got the great the great motorcycle cop mustache on the picture. Nash, you'll see that great Nash stash here coming up in a little bit. Oh, did he shave it? That's not Nash. It's not Nash. Somebody else? Okay. Well, one way or the other, Nash has got the great stash, and you're gonna find out what that's all about here in just a little bit. Nash Brewer unanimously selected as the Sports on Radio Player of the Game tonight. 7 of 11 throwing the ball. Didn't play quarterback, I don't think, in the second half, or at least not past the first possession or two. 109 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no picks for his night tonight. And running the football, he was pretty much equally spectacular in the ground game. 4 carries for 84 yards in the game. That's 21 yards per carry and 3 touchdowns. 3 of his 4 rushes, Byron, were touchdowns for Nash Brewer, the Sports on Radio Player of the Game.
Yeah, just another tremendous effort here by Nash Brewer, who no doubt is going to be in the running for the 3A Northeast Region Player of the Year, and he just put on another display for the Show Low Cougars, and he's done it all for him. When earlier in the season when Ryan Kishbaugh was hurt during the game, he was the one that guess what? They took him out of quarterback, put him at tailback, was able to fill the job perfectly as a tailback, and has put back into the quarterback position. Has just been able to have a dominating performance throughout the year, and once again here tonight against Monument Valley.
Want to ask Derek if he would just quickly go ahead and check. If you're in the vicinity of the microphone down there, Derek, if you'll just quickly check, give us a
quick.
Can
you hear me?
We got you loud and clear. There we go. So that is going to work. Okay. So in a moment, we'll get to our player of the game. Actually, we've never seen a player quite do this. He's going to be doing it from a seated position down there on the field. Excellent. We'll get to that. 400 total yards of offense for Show Low in this one today. And they didn't need many first downs. They did get 10. But the more important figure is the scoreboard, 68-6, the final score. Let's bring on the Sports Zone Radio's Player of the Game. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast is presented by Hatch Toyota. Everybody, welcome back into Show Low High School. As we wrap it up tonight, 68-61. What a dominating win for the Show Low Cougars. They take down Monument Valley in what for Show Low is week number 9 in their season. They'll wrap up the season next week against Page on the road, and that'll be the regular season. But here tonight at Show Low High School, a convincing win over Monument Valley, and the guy that led the way scored 3 rushing touchdowns on just 4 carries. You see him there on video on the replays. That's Nash Brewer, Nash with the great mustache, and we're going to bring him on as the Sports on Radio's Player of the Game. Completed 7 passes as well for 3 more touchdowns, figuring in on 6 of his team's trips into the end zone. Nash Brewer, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Nash, Monument Valley, has come off a couple of impressive wins this season, including last week's home win where they scored 50-plus points against the Yellow Jackets. And while Blue Ridge hasn't had one of their marquee seasons, that had to present a little bit of concern for you and the guys, thinking that this Monument Valley team has some weapons and you would have to come out and be prepared. And on senior night, your final regular season football game, Nash, you and the guys were not did not have any mental slips at all tonight. It was nearly a perfect game played by you and your team. How do you feel about the win?
I feel really, I don't even know, excited, good. That's a good way to, end the second game of the season, a regular season for us. And you said it was a perfect game for us, but, to be state championship contending team, that definitely was not a perfect game. And we can definitely do some things better, but I'm overall really happy and excited for my guys.
Well, you had to feel good. You mentioned that, but, just look at your individual numbers. 7 completions on 11 attempts tonight. There's one on video that we're looking at to Villalba. But of your 7 completions, you threw 3 touchdowns. You ran the ball 4 times, and 3 of those runs were touchdowns tonight. Wow, what a night for you, young man. How did you feel out there?
I don't know. That all goes to my guys, to my line, to my receivers. I couldn't have been able to roll out without Villalba coming back and catching that ball for me. I got a bunch of good receivers for me. My line's great, and it's all team effort.
Nash, on that 53-yard touchdown run, you threw the turbos on and just left a bunch of white jerseys in the dust. And we've talked about the speed of Ryan Kishbaugh, but on that, who do you think is going to win a race between you and Kishbaugh before injury, you or him?
Before injury? Ooh, I don't know. You can't underestimate Ryan Kishbaugh's speed. That's something incredible, and that's a talent that no one has, but that'd be pretty close. If someone's chasing me, maybe me, but in a flat-out race, I'd probably take him.
Yeah, well, you looked like it on that 53-yard run, throwing in the turbos, going to overdrive, and nice run, Nash.
No question about it. We're looking at some of the replays there and some of the highlights that feature that speed, Nash, that you bring to bear every time you're out there on the field. How do you feel about your team and your chances right now? Ranked number 4. It looks like by my calculations, Show Low's probably going to finish the regular season as the number 4 seeded team for the playoffs coming up. I don't think we're going to see any more changes in the top 4 with Eastmark and Push Ridge, and of course the number 1 ranked Thatcher Eagles right now. How do you feel your team is in terms of being ready for the playoffs?
I feel as if we're really ready. I feel like, coming in the 4 seed, I think we get 2 home games, I believe, and we love to play home games. We love to show up in front of our crowd, and we have a great community that shows up, and I think they'll even show up on the road with us in state, and it's gonna be good for us.
Some good energy around this team, isn't there, right now?
Yes, sir.
Last question I have for you. I want to bring you back to the personnel on your team, because you mentioned the first thing you said was talking about the contributions the rest of your team makes. There was a couple of times you're running the ball and other guys are running the ball. Armani Flores out there in front, your pulling guard who gets out there in front and leads the way. And if it's possible for a young man during the course of a football season to get even bigger and stronger, it seems like Armani has. It seems like he's still putting weight on during a season, which I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you consume enough calories, enough carbs to do that, but he seems to be getting bigger and better as the season goes along, and we watch him out there leading your convoy a couple of times down the field. Wow, this guy has turned into a special, special football player for Show Low.
Yeah, you watch me on that play. I'm kind of out there alone, and I see Armani out of the corner of my eye, and I just grab him by the back of his jersey and put him right in front of me, because once you're behind that thing, you're almost invincible. Not a lot of people can stop Armani at a full sprint like that, and not a lot of people are going to tackle you when he's in front of you.
All right, great game tonight, Nash. Congratulations. You're the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game in this one. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, and another great win for you and the guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Show Low ends up beating Monument Valley 68-61 in this one, everybody. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. And we'll continue to talk for a moment in our postgame with some of these Show Low kids that showed up big. And this guy right here may not have the biggest dimensions on the roster, but boy, I tell you, he is one of the biggest guys when it comes to heart. And he joins us now. His name is pardon me on that. We are going to speak with Gabe Benally in our post-game wrap-up. Gabe, you're one of those influential leaders on the line there, one of those energy guys that brings it all the time and really sets a tone for your dudes up front. And what a tone set tonight in a victory over Monument Valley. Congratulations on the win, Gabe. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Great performance, you and the guys out there. What would you have to say about Show Low tonight and the big win?
I'll just have to say that we've worked really hard for what we've achieved and everything like that. Like, it's a big step what we're going into next week or in 2 weeks. But it's just we're always on the go. We never stop. Like, even when we do really good, coaches find something, and then we fix it, and then we get even better.
Well, isn't that the nature of a great team, though? I mean, there's just, perfection is so hard to achieve, so there's always something to fix. And when your coach really loves you and really sees the potential, he is going to do everything to draw it out of you, right? I mean, isn't that kind of the way it's gone with Show Low this year?
Yeah. Wait, say that again?
I mean, your coach, he's never going to stop finding ways to make the team better. He's always going to be pushing you to get to that next level.
Oh, definitely. Like, one influential coach has been Coach Hawk. He gave us like a really good speech, told us never to be satisfied with anything. Like, even when we're winning by a lot, tells us to still play the same.
Yo, Gabe, congratulations again here. Dominating force here tonight by the defense, and basically throughout the season, this defense has been dominating in the first half, and here tonight, I don't know, you probably don't know yet, but you gave up 0 yards in the first half. You were 0 yards with 0 points scored, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Here, how do you guys doing it on defense? I mean, it is week in, week out, a dominating. I mean, the first game against Valley Christian, you guys were shutting them out. I mean, you guys dominated them up front, and just every week, at least in the first half, you guys have just dominated.
Oh, we're always hungry. Like, we never want to stop. We're just aggressive, and a lot of people ask me, like, they're just like, how does it feel to get double teamed all the time since you're too fast? I'm like, well, it works out, because if I don't get double teamed, I'm through. They can't catch me. But if I do, there's a hole for Armani to come in, and then Armani is just a straight dog too. Everyone on the defense, they're just dogs.
He's a straight dog.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it. Hey, speaking of dog, I'm going to ask you a final question, Gabe, and that is, there's an old saying, and I think you are the embodiment of this old saying. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Oh,
does that describe you?
It definitely describes me. Like, I love it. Like, people always, they're just like, do you wish you could go against people your size? I'm like, heck no. I love going against people bigger than me. It feels great, because then it makes me look good,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. when you take those big dudes to task, man, it's a great sight to see. And you've had a great year. Congratulations. We wish you continued success with that defense and the team as a whole. Keep it going with the Cougars, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Gabe Benally, part of a fantastic group of seniors at Show Low, who tonight on senior night, final regular season home game, have defeated the Show Low the Monument Valley Mustangs 68-6. The final score tonight. Here a win for Show Low, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. And we'll continue on our post-game wrap-up with one more discussion from that senior class. And I believe he's just about ready. Well, give me a thumbs up if we're ready down there. Good to go? All right, let's get into it. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, it's brought to you by Hatch Toyota, everybody. Tonight at Show Low, a 68-6 dominating performance by Show Low. They take down the Monument Valley Mustangs. And another 3A Northeast Region victory for the Show Low Cougars, who I believe with the win tonight, Byron, we'll do some math, but I believe that pretty much seals up the region championship for Show Low tonight. Congratulations to the Cougars, if indeed that is the case. But a big win, big differential, and one of the guys that is always influential in victory for Show Low. You'll see him on your video screen making a tackle, and that's Ray Pedraza. Chicken joins us now in our postgame wrap-up after the nice win today. Ray, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Well, Show Low keeps doing it, man. The Cougars you guys just keep rolling out there, and a win that we all expected you to beat Monument Valley tonight, but I'm not sure anybody expected the one-sided way that you did it tonight. Byron Brown has pointed out a number of times that your defense, the Show Low defense, held Monument Valley to no offensive yards in the first half, 0 yards in the first half, 0 points on the board, and every time Monument Valley got it, they punted it away to your team, the Cougars. I think it was a perfect 7 out of 7 first possessions for Monument Valley netted a stop and a punt for Show Low. How do you feel about the win tonight?
I just feel good that we keep going on a roll, The coaches keep drilling us to not be satisfied and just keep going.
How'd you like the big head, Byron, coming across the screen behind? Was that Ray's?
Oh, Royce? Yeah, my brother.
Great performance, great win. What do you have to say about how good the Show Low Cougars are as you get ready for the playoffs coming up?
We can just be as good as we want to be, We just got to keep working, not be satisfied, stay hungry.
Well, a great effort again tonight by you and your teammates, and you've had to step it up when Ryan Kishbaugh got injured. You got moved a little bit to the quarterback position. I know they moved Nash to tailback, and then in some of these games they've moved you to the quarterback to save Nash a little bit, so that nothing major happens like you had for Ryan, where you missed him for a couple games. But talk about your versatility. I mean, you play almost about every position out there except for the offensive line, and defensively, you're all over the place.
Thank you. I just like to be useful, try to do everything possible. We got to keep Nash and Ryan healthy, those big assets.
Well, and that's, I think that's a credit to you, Pedraza, as a senior, showing the underclassmen, hey, this is what it takes for all of us to win. If we want to win state championships, this is what we have to do, and you're doing it by showing not only just the versatility, but being the utility guy. Doesn't matter. Hey, if I don't get the touches, no big deal. I'll be the lead block. I'll be out there. I'll be the quarterback. I'll be wherever you need me to be. And I think that's shows great on you, on your character.
Thank you. I try.
All right, last thing, let me ask you to make a comment about the senior class, about those brothers of yours you've been playing football with for a very long time, from the Kishbaugh twins, from Ryan and
Jeremy.
And Jeremy, thank you very much. From Ryan and Jeremy to the rest of those guys that make up a very talented and complete senior class. Are you guys ready to take that final step here when the playoffs come around?
Oh yeah, as long as we stay hungry, I think we'll do it. Those are my day ones. We've been playing since City League. Just keep going. We gotta stay hungry and practice hard.
Congratulations, Ray. You guys turned in another great performance. We wish you the best. You got one more regular season game, Page, next week. We'll have that broadcast next Thursday. Go out and enjoy this win, okay?
Thank you.
All right, there's Ray Pedraza, Chicken Pedraza, right there. Part of that senior class for Show Low that tonight beats Monument Valley 68-6. The final score of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. And I do believe coming up a little later on when we get rolling on the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show, which will be somewhat abbreviated and may not actually feature a lot of scores because this evening is ending early, man, I tell you. But during that time, I believe that we'll get a visit in from the head coach, from Carlo Hernandez of Show Low, and he'll join us up here in the broadcast booth. Byron, impressive win for Show Low.
Well, impressive once again. It's just when you don't think you've seen it all by the Show Low Cougars, as I have and been able to call their games throughout the season, and you see them, and you just don't think, okay, hey, what are they going to do the top last week or the last game? And here again tonight, Monument Valley is a good team. They score points. The least amount of points they've scored throughout the season is 21. They've had a high of 54. Basically, if you took an average, they're averaging in the 30s, about 35, 36 points a game. And the Show Low defense came out and gave them 0 total yards in the first half, with 0 points on the board and in a total domination of tonight here in the first half. And what has been the prevailing sentiment with Show Low Cougars is that they win all three facets. Now, the only thing here tonight is that they didn't have a turnover. And they had one turnover.
Did not force, is what you're saying.
Right. They didn't have any interceptions. They had one forced fumble and a turnover. But other than that, but special teams, once again, block punt, defense, again, dominating. Offense, 7 for 7, right? 7 for 7 in the first half on their series. Every time they had the offensive series, 7 touchdowns. You just wonder, hey, have we seen the best yet? But each week they say no. That last week's performance, yeah, that was good, but we'll top it next week.
Yeah, the trajectory for Show Low as they go into the playoffs, that's what you want. If you're coaching this team, you want to be you want to be peaking as you get into postseason. You don't want to play your best football way back in week 5, and that seems to be the case for Show Low. They seem to be on the right trajectory. Byron, we're going to let you slip on out of here, man. You got some hot cocoa?
Well,
some fuzzy slippers waiting for you.
I do, but it's a little early. I don't think the bubble bath is ready yet. I'm gonna have to tell Kim, get it going now. I won't be home at 10. I'm gonna be home early.
Stoke that fire. Get that fire going. Yeah, we'll get you out of here, Byron. Great job on the call tonight. And let's see, you're out of town next week.
Out of town.
Yep, gonna go see Dad. Gonna go see Clint.
Yep.
All right. Have a good time and. Thank you to our technical director who's stepping out as well. That's Fernando Quintana. Hey, there's Brevin Matthews. He's my new favorite all-time Lobo. Said something yesterday to become my all-time favorite. He replaced Porter Caldwell as my all-time favorite Lobo athlete. Right there, Brevin Matthews. But we let you get out of here, Byron. We'll see you in the playoffs, okay?
All right. Well, all those fans traveling back home, safe travels and God's peace, God's love to all.
All right, Byron, thank you for that. Folks, do stand by. The final score, 68-6. We'll have one final check-in on our post-game wrap-up. Look at the final numbers, final stats coming up in a moment. To wrap it up here from Show Low High School, and then the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show follows up after that, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Our post-game wrap-up concludes right after these words. Stand by.
Hatch Toyota in Show Low knows the best form of advertising is when your experience is so good, you tell your friends about it.
My product specialist helped me find my dream car. I drove 200 miles to buy a 4Runner. He knew all the features of the car without putting any pressure on me. I visited 4 dealerships in the state, and he had the best customer service of anyone. I highly recommend.
I reached out to Hatch Toyota, which is several hours away from me. They gave me a straightforward price on a brand new Camry hybrid, and I couldn't be happier. My product specialist was very patient and answered all my questions.
We know you can buy anywhere, and we want your experience to be worthy of telling your friends. We also offer Toyota Care, our complimentary maintenance plan, including roadside service for 2 years or 25,000 miles.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Show Low.
Hee-haw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, corn maze, barnyard apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we are giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zach Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted barnyard apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zach Brown Band in concert.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Hi, everybody. This is Sports on Radio's Floyd Simmons. Here at the Sports Zone, we are proud to offer award-winning sports coverage. We spend countless hours and miles on the road for our digital radio broadcasts, live video productions, and exhausting hours editing the best video content in the market. If you're a coach or athletic director, talk to us about shooting your school or team's photography. I guarantee you, no one will work harder to do it better. Contact us for pricing and samples. The number to call is 928-358-7905. That's 928-358-7905.
Hey, back in here to Show Low High School, everybody. Our post-game wrap-up. We'll get it done, and then on to the Ace Hardware scoreboard show in a few moments as well here tonight. Get you as many of those scores in as we can. We find out that Mojave has won their region, the 3A West region. That Mojave has won that region, and they'll get the automatic bid for the playoffs coming up. Show Low, we believe, Show Low tonight was officially the winner of the 3A Northeast region. After tonight's victory, they could potentially lose next week. They won't lose, by the way. They're not going to lose next week, but when they play Page. But they could potentially lose, and if Round Valley beats Blue Ridge, Round Valley would finish with one region loss this year. Show Low would have the one region loss, but in the head-to-head, Show Low has that advantage in the tiebreaker. So we do believe that Show Low, after tonight's win, is officially the 3A Northeast region champions. So we're just going to say congratulations. We're going to make that leap, make that jump, and say that they indeed have covered all their bases, regardless of the outcome of next week's football action. Show Low does play next Thursday night at Page. We'll have the broadcast. That will kick off at 6 p.m. Kickoff at 6 p.m. local time for the White Mountains. So if you're going to travel up there, make sure you get there an hour early, an hour earlier than you normally would for a 7 o'clock kickoff. They will take on the Page Sand Devils. If you can't make the trip next week, don't worry. Sports on Radio will make that for you. We'll have the live video coverage from Page High School next Thursday night, final regular season game for Show Low, then the playoffs. We'll also have a Friday game next week, by the way. We'll be at the Dome. Blue Ridge at Round Valley in a very consequential game, and we'll be there for it next Friday as well. So a busy end of the regular season for Sports Zone Radio. Big thank you to our sponsoring partners, like the Bloomhouse Floral Designs Shop, like Cellular One. Big thank you to Cellular One. Big thank you to Beam & Well Drilling, sponsoring partners of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show and our game coverage. Thank you goes out to the Bloomhouse Floral Designs Shop, to Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, who have locations in Show Low, in Pine Top, and in Heber Overguard. Big thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Thanks goes out to Summit Healthcare for their sponsoring partnership of the Friday Night Football Show as well. And a thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center, who brings you the Sports Zone Radio's Player of the Game. Tonight, that was Nash Brewer. Nash with the mustache tonight, who accounted for 6 touchdowns. He threw 3 touchdown passes and rushed for 3 more touchdowns in tonight's victory for Show Low over Monument Valley. The final score 68-61. Those final numbers look like this. Show Low had 400 yards of total offense, 10 first downs for the Cougars tonight. We're not even going to really look at time of possession because it is so marred by the fact that we had a running clock all throughout the second half. In fact, they started the running clock in the second quarter. I'm not sure they're supposed to, but they did. They were also running the clock on change of possessions after touchdowns. I'm not sure that's supposed to happen either, but it did, and nobody really argued much about that tonight. Time of possession was really no factor in this one here tonight. Again, 400 yards of offense for Show Low. They ran for 291 and passed for 109 yards of offense tonight. How about the average yards per gain from scrimmage? 10.8 yards. They averaged gaining a first down every time they ran an offensive play, whether a pass or a run. That's pretty impressive. Well done by Show Low tonight. The Cougars were sacked once in this one. Did not turn the ball over. Never turned it over on fumble or interception. Good job by the Cougars protecting the football. They were penalized a mere 6 times for 55 yards. That's a good number. They did put the ball on the turf twice, fumbled twice, but again, they recovered their own fumbles. Did not turn the ball over tonight. Individually, Nash Brewer threw the ball 11 times and completed 7 passes for 109 yards. 3 touchdowns for Nash. His leading receiver in the game tonight was Gage Reed, had 1 catch for 40 yards. Jed Walker, 2 catches for 25 yards and a touchdown, by the way. 3 touchdowns thrown by Nash tonight. Ryan Kishbaugh, 1 catch for 23 yards. That was a touchdown. Also, Colton Tidwell, 2 catches for 13 yards, including 1 touchdown. Sergio Villalba had 1 catch for 8 yards tonight for Show Low. On the ground, they were led by Nash Brewers, 4 carries for 84 yards, averaged 21 yards per game tonight. 3 touchdowns rushing for Nash on just 4 carries. Also tonight, Ryan Kishbot, 6 carries for 68 yards. Ray Pedraza, Chicken, had 56 yards rushing on 5 carries. 2 touchdowns for Ray tonight, including a 25-yard touchdown run. Also carrying the ball tonight, Carson Cooper, 3 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown. Carson also took a kick return back for a touchdown, an 88-yard kick return by Carson tonight. Jet Walker, 1 carry for 26 yards. Lucas Webb got some mop-up time tonight. Lucas, 2 carries for 15 yards. Let's see, Aiden Neese, 2 carries for 7 yards. In this one, Colton Cloyd, 2 rushes for 5. 2 rushes for 5 yards, and Dax Lamson carried the ball tonight. 1 carry for 1 yard for the Cougars. On the other side, Monument Valley found it tough going all night long. That Show Low defense was as difficult, as hard to move against as we've seen in a long time. They gave up, Show Low's defense did, just 63 yards of offense to Monument Valley. The Mustangs with 63 yards of total offense. All of that coming in the second half. 5 first downs, and 4 of the 5 came in the second half for Monument Valley. They ran the ball, minus 15 yards. Some quarterback sacks played into that. 4 sacks to the quarterback today by the Show Low defense. The Monument Valley threw the ball for 78 yards here tonight. They were penalized 8 times for 72 yards, fumbled twice, lost 1 of those. That was their only turnover tonight, was that single fumble. So they did protect the ball pretty well against a stingy Show Low defense that also is very adept at taking the ball away. But that's kind of how it turned out right there. Let's see. Brandon Bijo, the quarterback, was 11 of 18 for 78 yards throwing tonight. Really not bad against a great Show Low defense. Give him some credit. He battled all night long. His leading receiver was Roberto Flores, 3 catches for 58 yards. Jalen Cody caught 2 passes for 13 yards. Miles Yazzie, 2 catches for 7 yards. Cameron Young had 2 receptions for 2 yards, and Sean Shorty, 2 catches for 2 yards in this one tonight. Leading the game rushing for Monument Valley, their quarterback, Brandon Bijo, 7 rushes for 26 yards. And he was also sacked several times. So, I'm looking at it closely again. I want to take back those numbers. That's 7 rushes for minus 26 yards. The sacks really got him tonight. 4 quarterback sacks turned in by the Show Low defense. Cameron Young, 7 carries for 14 yards. That was your leading rusher for Monument Valley tonight. Tashawn Miles, 1 carry for 3 yards, and Roberto Flores, 2 rushes for minus 6 yards for the Monument Valley Mustangs. Again, a great performance by the Show Low defense. In just a moment, if you'll bear with me, because we have to make a transition from our game broadcast out to the scoreboard show, we're going to bring on the head coach. Those of you watching video, there he is on your screen. There's the head coach, Carlo Hernandez, who in his second year leading up this program for the Show Low Cougars is having a great year as they are ranked number 3 with the playoffs right around the corner. Folks, stand by for the Ace Hardware scoreboard show. That's on the way in just a moment, and I'll lead it off by talking to Coach Hernandez. So give me a couple of moments, and we'll get that rolling. And we'll wrap up our coverage from Show Low High School tonight in week number 9 of the season for the Cougars. We're getting close to the playoffs, everybody. So stand by for it. I want to thank Derek Simmons, our producer, our technical director, Fernando Quintana. Thank you to Noah Anderson on camera tonight. Did a great job. Our statistician, the lovely Sonia Simmons. My broadcast partner, that was B-Squared Byron Brown. For the crew, I'm Floyd Simmons, inviting you to stick around for just a couple of more minutes for the kickoff of the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. That is next right here, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Big win for Show Low. Stand by, everybody. We're back in just a moment.